Deutsch at the 1 into the end zone. Field play action now, look to pass over the middle. It's intercepted by Cole Hebel. Intercepted by Hebel. Rears back, comes downfield, has Rodriguez. Rodriguez at the 40, to the 50, to the 40. Rodriguez is going to keep going.
Right, Fetting's got room, and here's Bo Fetting. Fetting's still on his feet. Fetting's gone.
Looking to pass, playing off, coming left side, picked up by Cotton. Alex Cotton with the pick, he'll take it back and into the end zone.
Turn and hand the ball off. Will Starkey, he thunders his way. 30, 20, one man to beat. He's got
the middle's got a man, that's Friddle. Look out, Friddle, 40, 30, he's loose, 20, 10, touchdown.
Halsted Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a good Friday evening on yourliveevent.com. High school football is on the air tonight with a good matchup here for homecoming from Veterans Field in Aitkin tonight. My name is Paul Vold, joined alongside Lance Bauman here this evening, and made some upgrades here with our broadcast booth. But we do welcome in everybody that's tuning in tonight, whether from Aitkin or visitors from Mora. We thank you so much for tuning into yourliveevent.com with the Mora Mustangs 2-3 on the season, taking on the Aitkin Gobblers, who are 4-1 on the season. Gobblers suffered their first loss of the season last week against Duluth-Denfeld, while Mora is on the comeback trail right now. Started off 0-3, but now 2-3 on the season thus far here at Lance. And unfortunately, I wasn't there last week, but it seemed that unfortunately, with a number of injuries, and of course the most significant, the loss of quarterback Zach Enstrom to the season as well, there is a fair amount of ground to be made up, and some new players are going to be seeing a lot of time here in the latter half of the season for the Gobblers.
Well, with the structure of Aitkin Gobbler football, you do always have to rely on your backups, and it's not so much that they're the backups, so they're called the next ups. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, with the accident with losing our quarterback Enstrom, it was very, very detrimental towards the end of that last game as the Gobblers were trying to make a comeback there with 3 minutes left. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, he got tackled and he got his leg broke. After a setback there, the Gobblers did have our backup quarterback, Braden Smith, hop in there. He launched the ball, had a nice pass, and it was a toss-up, an interception. Unfortunately, Dunfield was able to seal off the deal there and close out the night. It was a beautiful night on a beautiful field. It was a great game back and forth. It was, it was between the tackles. It was just hard-nosed football. But, again, we've got to get back to the basics, play smart, and limit penalties. And just stick to the game plan.
And talking on a couple of things, too, of course, a few players that are out with a couple of injuries, but there are also the fact that there are going to be a couple opportunities, of course, so you talk about not so much backups, but next-ups. A lot of these players have been playing throughout the season, too. Braden Smith, he's going to get the start tonight at quarterback. Not unfamiliar with the quarterback position, but also he's been active. He's been primarily wide receiver this year, but in a couple situations, especially early on in the year, has gotten some snaps at quarterback. He's been running the scout team as well on the quarterback side, so not completely unfamiliar with the position. And there's also going to be a couple opportunities on the defensive side with that safety position that was held by Zach Enstrom. That's going to allow a couple other young players to step up too.
Yep, for sure. Again, the defense has always been strong for the Gobblers. They always hold down to a minimal give on points. But again, Gobblers are deep in their own right. Mm-hmm. We got a bunch of good active players that can play at any time, but we just got to make sure they're always fresh and ready to go.
Gobblers sitting at 4-1 on the season. Again, a 13-6 loss against Duluth-Denfeld last week. They held to 166 yards of total offense. Jacob Williams scored the only touchdown. Of course, Zach Enstrom lost in the fourth quarter and for the season too. But talking about tonight's opponent, that being the Mora Mustangs, starting off the year at 0-3, but looking at how they started off 0-3, I mean, they're only 2 or 3 plays from being at least 2-1 at that point. 6-point loss against Grand Rapids, and also a 22-16 loss against North Branch of all teams, and then suffering a 24-6 loss to Esco. So 0-3 to start the year. Now in the second half of their schedule as well, getting a win against Two Harbors, and then also Hibbing last week, 64-14. This matchup between Aitkin and Mora has always been a real tightly contested battle.
Well, again, if you look back to all those years, all the way back to 2015, it's gone back and forth between Aitkin and Mora. Mora is a very, very tough team. They're a fast, rapid team. The Gobblers just have to learn how to play their defense well and again, execute on offense, tackle when they need to. or block when they need to, and get down and just get the ball down the field the best they can. But again, yes, Mora is a fast team. Again, really coming on strong with the last 2 wins. The Gobblers are going to really have a hard time, keeping up with Mora's momentum as they get going, as the Mustangs coming here to Veterans Field.
Matchup that's been back and forth, like it said, Lance, since 2015. Didn't get the chance to play them last year. A combination of kids hurt, kids sick as well. So last time the Gobblers played Mora was 2020 with a 28-16 loss against Mora. But that was the year that the Gobblers finished as section finalists in that season. But lots to get to here on the pregame show. Of course, coming up, it is homecoming. It's alumni night. It's Tackle Cancer Night as well. We'll touch on a couple of things with that coming up here. Of course, we'll have our conversation with Coach Alan Hills. That's still to come on the pregame show as the Aitkin Gobblers take on the Mora Mustangs. High school football here on YourLiveEvent.com. More at the pregame show coming up here after a break this evening.
If your vehicle has an unfortunate mishap, you want the best in quality bodywork. You need to take it to Aitkin Body Shop. They can handle any collision or auto glass repair, and they have a state-of-the-art facility and technology. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit them at 421 North Minnesota Avenue. Towing services also available. Give them a call at 218-927-2883. Remember the name that stands for quality and trust. That's Aitkin Body Shop, providing exceptional auto body collision and paint repair since 1974.
Welcome to Aitkin Schools. Keep informed with district news and information for parents, families, students, and staff with your visit to the Aitkin School website at home.isd1.org. Our mission at Aitkin Schools is to empower students to be lifelong learners and citizens by maximizing community, parent, and staff involvement while developing high expectations and achievement in a safe learning environment. We are ISD1.
My roots run deep. I dream of a world where planting a seed can bring forth the food and knowledge our world needs right now. The field is my classroom, and I have the power to make a difference. I am going to feed the world someday.
If your vehicle has an unfortunate mishap, you want the best in quality bodywork. You need to take it to Aitkin Body Shop. They can handle any collision or auto glass repair, and they have a state-of-the-art facility and technology. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit them at 421 North Minnesota Avenue. Towing services also available. Give them a call at 218-927-2883. Remember the name that stands for quality and trust. That's Aitkin Body Shop, providing exceptional auto body collision and paint repair since 1974.
Welcome back here tonight to YourLiveEvent.com. Paul Vogt, Lance Bauman on the call for this matchup. Mora Mustangs taking on the Aitkin Gobblers here this evening. Last home game of the season, too, Lance. Only 2 more games after this one. Both of them going to be on the road. And that brings up a couple significant points as well. It's homecoming tonight. It's alumni night, and then it's also Tackle Cancer Night. Try to get all these events taken care of in one football season. It's a little tedious at times, and I think the first game of the first home game was like Parents' Night or something already, or it might have been the second home game. But, a lot of people back in town here, of course, with it being alumni night and also homecoming, too. People get to, catch up with old friends and maybe see people they haven't seen in years, too.
Again, it's a reunion here at Veterans Field, and it's pretty cool to see the stands starting to get packed up. We got the pep band here tonight. It's going to be a good time here down at Veterans Field. And, again, alumni night. Again, thank you to everybody to come out and get home and support the Aitkin Gobblers.
Coin toss just happening here momentarily, so see if the Gobblers come out and win the toss or not. Elect to defer to the second half, but of course with also alumni night and homecoming and no halftime, we'll get the homecoming candidates announced as well. And then, a couple other special notes with it being Tackle Cancer Night, the free food, and there was also a couple things set up for alumni to get signed up to win some free Aitkin gear as well in honor of Steve Sandberg from the Sandberg family that they were there to, facilitate that. And, of course, a nice little table people can buy, I think it was helmets and then also the wristbands. Yeah, the wristbands for $1 for Tackle Cancer Night as well.
Yep, the Moms of the Cancer Society here for the Gobblers did a good job again. And you just get to buy a helmet, put in remembrance of any fallen family member or a friend or anybody else, and that money all goes back into a cancer foundation here that we have set up here in Aitkin. So it's pretty cool to see that we get to donate a little bit and pay it forward to all those who've lost their lives to cancer. With that said, we have actually 1 or 2 players here on the team that are related that had I believe it was one of the Price kids had cancer, and he was a survivor, and it was really cool to see him. They did something special for him last year. I believe he graduated now, but pretty neat to see the community support in all the different events that we have here in Aitkin, and it's just it's kind of heartwarming.
Yeah, it's been a great turnout for all events here this week. Volleyball's played 3 home matches this week, and you got the football game to cap it off. Homecoming dance coming up. That'll be coming up tomorrow. Tomorrow. I know just about every other game I've done here in the last few weeks, the homecoming dance was after the game, so that's always been kind of a new experience, as it looks like that Mora won the toss and elected it to defer, so Aitkin will receive the opening kick here in we'll say about 20 minutes of pregame time here this evening. So the Aitkin Gobblers taking on the Mora Mustangs here tonight. And back and forth matchup that we've seen over the years, and of course this is going to be one of these games tonight, Lance, where the battle is going to be won right at the line of scrimmage.
It will. It's going to be in the trenches. Both teams like to run the ball. They like to do a little bit of misdirection back and forth, but again, it's going to be between the tackles, hard nose and up the gut. That's all there is to it. The basic is always the basics. You got to just play the play for the play. All 12 on the field have to do their job, and I'm talking about the 11 players and then everyone on the sidelines. And they have to play for each play till the whistle, and they just cannot let up. Some of the blocking kind of give up on some areas that we saw last week. You got to execute, and you got to play till the whistle. That's all there is to it.
Just one of 5 games we've got on the airwaves tonight of homegrown local radio, and of course here with yourliveevent.com. Normally this game would be on KKIN AM 930 FM 103.1. If you're trying to tune your radio to that, then you're getting pregame coverage of McGregor at Southridge tonight on the Gobbler as well. But we're right here, as you can see right behind us, our little upgrade. Thanks to everybody that texted and messaged myself and Lance last week. Yes, we do have the banner up. It's all good. We had it. We just didn't think of it at the time. More concerned about our equipment staying dry the last time we were here, but we've got it up. Maybe next time, maybe we'll see something a little extra there as well. But still plenty to get to here on the pregame show. The Aitkin Gobblers taking on the Mora Mustangs here this evening. We're going to step aside for another break. Get a conversation with Coach Alan Hills coming up here on the other side of this break as the Mora Mustangs take on your Aitkin Gobblers. It's homecoming from Veterans Field in Aitkin on yourliveevent.com.
Welcome to Aitkin Schools. Keep informed with district news and information for parents, families, students, and staff with your visit to the Aitkin School website at home.isd1.org. Our mission at Aitkin Schools is to empower students to be lifelong learners and citizens by maximizing community, parent, and staff involvement while developing high expectations and achievement in a safe learning environment. We are ISD1.
My roots run deep. I dream of a world where planting a seed can bring forth the food and knowledge our world needs right now. The field is my classroom, and I have the power to make a difference. I am going to feed the world someday.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you.
Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
I'm dreaming of a world where thinkers and doers collide, where technology creates pathways for new opportunities and ideas. I want to ask questions and shape the answers that lead to real and meaningful advancements in this digital era. I'm going to innovate the world someday.
Riverwood Healthcare Center in Aitkin provides total joint care for shoulders, elbows, hips, knees, hands, and wrists. Our team of highly skilled orthopedic surgeons use innovative procedures to increase mobility and reduce pain. Get back to the activities you enjoy. Learn more at riverwoodhealthcare.org. Riverwood Healthcare, your trusted leader for orthopedics and sports medicine.
Welcome back to the pregame show tonight here on yourliveevent.com. For those tuning into the video stream here this evening, the Aitkin Gobblers sitting at 4-1 on the season, taking on the Mora Mustangs 2-3. Homecoming night and the final home game of the season, I should say, at Veterans Field as we welcome in our head coach for the Aitkin Gobblers, Coach Alan Hills, joins us here on the pregame show. Coach, thanks again as always for taking time to speak with us tonight.
Always a pleasure. Thanks for having me, Paul.
Well, Coach, unfortunately, last week, a very unfortunate loss on multiple fronts against the likes of Duluth-Denfeld. 13-6 ended up being the final score. A late contest that didn't go the Gobblers' way, and unfortunately losing Zach Enstrom to the season for injury as well. Offense was slowed down against a very good defensive group from Duluth-Denfeld. Looking back at that contest, what do you see from that contest as some big takeaways and things to address from that game last week?
Our biggest takeaway is, I think we overlooked them as a team. It was something we preached all week not to do because they're a dangerous team. And we had a turnover early that I think swung the momentum a little bit. And if that play goes different, I think maybe we run away with it. But, momentum's a tricky thing, and we weren't able to get back. And they did a nice job. You got to give them credit. They got some good ball players on that team. But, we have to come out ready to play and not start reading press clippings and looking past anyone.
Of course, you do take the fact you suffer your first loss on the season. And of course, that's a wake-up call for this team. Looking at, of course, a week of practice here. We'll address the situation offensively, too. But the team as a whole with this week of practice, how have things been in addressing, of course, looking at not only from last week, but into this week with this opponent that you have tonight?
Our biggest point of emphasis for the week was, that loss doesn't really hurt us. It doesn't hurt us in our section standings or our district standings. So from that regard, we can just use it as a wake-up call, like you said, and get better from it and understand that you have to come ready to play every week. And, we've had a great week of practice leading into, what we know is going to be a tough Mora game.
Of course, we talk about this matchup against Mora, too, but of course with a new week of practice and obviously have a new quarterback situation. Of course, Zach Enstrom out for the season with the injury, too. Quarterback play, are we going with Braden Smith? I know that he came in the last few minutes of last week's contest as well. I wasn't there to see it for myself, but Braden going to get the start here this evening?
Yeah, Braden will be our starter. We felt really good coming into the season about Braden. It's the reason that Zach was playing defense and doing so many other things that you don't typically see our quarterback do if we don't feel really comfortable in that backup position. Braden's played receiver for us this year just because he deserves some playing time and, is an athlete that we have to have on the field. But, we look at him as a quarterback first, and I think he's excited and ready to embrace the opportunity. So, we're looking forward to see what he can do, and we have all the faith in the world in him.
Talking about with Braden, too, of course, him being primarily, of course, getting that playing time in the receiver position, obviously some more athletic ability, too, that he can bring to the quarterback role. Has there been much adjustment of maybe, I know that usually during pregame warmups maybe helps run the scout team a little bit and getting some of those looks. Any real big adjustments maybe with the playbook or anything to get Braden ready in his start this evening?
No, full playbook for Braden. He's comfortable with what we do. He's been doing it this is his third year now, and we won't have any major wholesale changes. That quarterback position, we don't ask him to do a ton typically, but take care of the football and make good choices out there and be a leader for us. And we expect him to do that. As far as some of the scout team and some of those things, he won't be doing any of that. He'll he's going to play just quarterback for us, and that's what you'll see him do going forward.
Coach, obviously, we, of course, with Braden going to be the game manager for the quarterback position and getting the ball to your running backs, too. Of course, the running game last week was held, of course, with Duluth-Denfeld, 60 yards for Tanner and obviously for Jacob, too. Was it one of those where the defensive front for Denfeld was just able to get a little bit more contained at the line of scrimmage and really not a lot of second efforts for your backs last week?
Yeah, they did a good job of. They had 9 in the box, and we didn't take advantage of some of our opportunities on the perimeter real well. But again, a kind of our point of emphasis all the time, but even more so this week is it's okay to get 5 yards. You don't always have to look for the lane that's going to break something for a big run. Just keep us moving down the field, and positive things will happen. The big runs will come, but don't go hunting for them. If something breaks, great, but don't try to find a tiny little crease to get, what could be 40 yards, but ends up being 0 if you get tackled. So, we got to stay on schedule. They, hopefully understand that, and moving forward, we'll hopefully be a better team for it.
Coach, defensively for your team tonight, I know the matchup against Mora has always been a very back and forth, and some tight ball games have been played in the past too. More recently, of course, it being a little bit more sided towards the way of Aitkin, even with this matchup against Mora. Defensively, what are you looking at here for your team to kind of get settled in and keep an eye on what they're going to be bringing offensively?
You'll see a lot of guys in the box. They're a lot like us. They're going to try to run the ball. We'll probably have more down linemen than we typically do. I would expect to see 4 pretty regularly, and then trying to find somebody to fill in for Zach back at that safety spot. Everybody wants to talk about how good of a quarterback in the quarterback play, but he's an outstanding safety back there, and so we got to try to figure out who's going to do it, and it might be a by committee thing at least for the start of the this week and potentially moving forward, but. You'll see some different looks from us than we typically show this week, and it's more of a one game type of adjustment. But we'll be in multiple fronts more so than normal.
Coach, talking about that safety by committee situation that you'll probably be looking at, who are some of those kids that are going to be stepping up in replacement of Zach?
You'll see in our base stuff, you'll probably see Ian McNevin back there. Jacob Williams is going to fly back and play some safety for us, especially in a game like this where it's, kind of the last resort guy, and he's proven the ability to run people down. So, we're going to move guys around a little bit, but I'd say Ian and Jacob will be kind of the primary 2 back there, and then if we're in some of our more exotic looks, you might see Eli Christie slide back as well.
Well, Coach, as we do appreciate the time, as always, for you coming here at this matchup. Of course, a great homecoming opportunity, and also for, alumni night as well. See some of the past players come back, family, friend as well, but business needs to be handled out on the field here tonight, as always.
Yep, absolutely. We talk about it every year, but, homecoming, the football game is the show, so don't get caught up in all the other things, that go along with it, and come ready to play, and put your hard hat on, because we know what kind of physical game it's going to be.
Coach, as always, we appreciate the time for you to speak with us. Best of luck tonight. Look forward to talking to you after the game as well.
Sounds great, Paul. Appreciate it.
Head coach for the Aitkin Gobblers, Alan Hills, joins us here on the pregame show as the Gobblers take on the Mora Mustangs tonight. It's homecoming night at Veterans Field. We'll take another break right back out to Veterans Field. More of the pregame show coming up as the Gobblers take on the Mora Mustangs high school football on YourLiveEvent.com.
I'm dreaming of a world where everyone has the opportunity for education. Where classrooms are not only a place to learn, but to make an impact. I will help the next generation of game changers and difference makers. I am going to teach the world someday.
Welcome to Aitkin Schools. Keep informed with district news and information for parents, families, students, and staff with your visit to the Aitkin School website at home.isd1.org. Our mission at Aitkin Schools is to empower students to be lifelong learners and citizens by maximizing community, parent, and staff involvement while developing high expectations and achievement in a safe learning environment. We are ISD1.
I'm dreaming of a world where the crack of a bat is not just a hobby, but a lifestyle. Where I can build upon long traditions from the ground up. I want to work in an industry where all people can make their own field of dreams become reality. I'm going to elevate the world of sports someday.
welcome back to Aitkin High School tonight here on the YourLiveEvent.com. Used to saying that it was the Gobbler, but tonight just the video stream here on YourLiveEvent.com. One of 5 football games we've got on the airways with Pequot Lakes and Pillager tonight. That's on Cash 95.9 3WI FM. McGregor's at Southridge on the Gobbler, KKIN AM 930 and FM 103.1. Hinkley Finlayson is at Crosby Ironton on Skeeter 101.5. That's Crosby Ironton's homecoming game as well, with Northwoods at Mille Lacs tonight. That's on KKIN FM Real Country 94.3. But with us here on YourLiveEvent.com. Of course, if you miss out any of our games, tune in right around 10 o'clock tonight on Cash 95.9 and KKIN FM Real Country 94.3. We will have After the Game with Ryan Phelps statewide high school football recap show starting at 10 o'clock here tonight on, again, Cash 95 and also on KKIN FM Real Country 94.3. That's a couple moments away here. Of course, get the national anthem as Mora takes on the Aitkin Gobblers here tonight. Homecoming night in Aitkin here this evening. And Lance, before we get to this national anthem here this evening, some of the big keys for the Gobblers, again, we talked about it before our last break as well, winning that battle at the line of scrimmage. And the next big thing is just keep the ball in your hands.
Keep the ball in your hands, and then no penalties either. And, you know, Coach Hills always says that, and he did in his interview, is just play smart and play for the next play and just keep going. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, he mentioned 5 yards at a time doesn't need to be, you know, the big play and everything. So they definitely are going to be taking a look at that with the national anthem coming up. Of course, our national anthem and color guard will be presenting our nation's colors, and we'll just keep it right here for the time being. I mean, we're on the video stream. Might as well afford you the pleasure of checking out our nation's colors being presented by our color guard here this evening. Welcome back here tonight to Veterans Field in Aitkin. For those that saw the viewing pleasure of American Legion Post 86 and VFW Post 1727, the color guard presenting our nation's colors as they do at every Aitkin home event, whichever sport it may be. They are there, of course, from Veterans Field and all playing surfaces for the Aitkin Gobblers home events to, give back a little bit even after they've given so much for our country. Paul Vold, Lance Bauman joined here on yourliveevent.com. Aitkin Gobblers, Mora Mustangs set for action tonight. Mora won the toss. They elected to defer to the second half of tonight's contest, so we will see Aitkin with the football right out of the chute here tonight, Lance, and this will be the first start of his career for Braden Smith tonight.
He will. He'll handle it just fine. He's going to go ahead and just snap the ball and hand off and hopefully get a first down. Otherwise, 2 or 3 yards is always good.
Yep, good start, whether it be, of course, a couple of plays and a long score or even just a lot of plays and a short score as well. The Gobblers will take it either way with, of course, the bevy of backs that they have. Jacob Williams, Tanner Nissen, and a whole bunch of different running backs they can plug in at any time. Kane Byrne, Alex Palm, even Braden Smith as well. He may see a little bit of action if they decide to go that route here this evening.
Exactly. They got all kinds of armory in the backfield there, per se, here at Veterans Field, and hopefully you get something done.
Hopefully that will be the case here this evening as they go through the starting defense for the Mora Mustangs here tonight. Number 15 is Cole Gamal. He is a senior defensive back. Number 21 is Brock Folkema, a junior linebacker. Number 24, Cameron Price, is a senior defensive back. Number 32, Tucker Haas, is a senior linebacker, while number 33 is Nolan McGaw. He is a senior linebacker. Number 53 is Josh Banker, is a senior linebacker, while number 55, Dylan Adams, is a senior defensive lineman. While on the line, it will be number 70, Rowan Tram, is a junior defensive lineman. Number 71 is Alan Ramberg, a senior defensive lineman. Number 74, Devin McClanahan, is a senior defensive lineman. Number 84, Trenton Four, is a junior defensive back for the Mora Mustangs. Aitkin Gobblers tonight rocking the home black uniforms, red pants tonight with the black helmets, A on the side of the helmet with their black numbers, white trim. And we'll see the Mora Mustangs in the road white uniforms, solid blue numbers with black trim around, and then also solid blue helmets. No logo on the side of the helmet as well. Couldn't remember, was it Proctor that had the logo on one side of the helmet and the number on the other? I was a big fan of that.
Yep, that was pretty cool.
That was definitely because they had the new uniforms as well, but then Proctor Volleyball came to visit. They're still wearing the black and green and black uniforms as opposed to the football team going with the green and gold ensemble.
Right. Hats off to Scout Player of the Week here this week, Ed Cook.
Yeah.
Sophomore for the Gobblers.
Starting units being announced for the Aitkin Gobblers here tonight as, again, Gobblers will be getting the football to kick off tonight's contest as well. If you missed out anything with, of course, our broadcast here this evening, go to yourliveevent.com. Check out the entire broadcast in its entirety once finished here tonight. And we'll even have highlights available. Of course, they'll have them on yourliveevent.com, but you can stay up to date, score schedules, and more by going to rjbroadcasting.com. Aitkin home events always with yourliveevent.com now with high school football and volleyball. We'll go into basketball season, wrestling as well. We'll see once we come around springtime with baseball and softball. Things are looking in the right direction that go around, of course, with the spring events that will be a ways away, but you know what? The way this season has gone, it'll be here sooner than later.
It goes quicker than you think, for sure.
The fact that we're already now into the 6th football game of the season seems like a far cry from where we were to kick off this season. Now 6 weeks ago, feels like it was here last week.
Wow. The weather, even last week it changed. It was nice, but the week prior, the last time we were here, it was cold and rainy and kind of snotty. But tonight is chill, but the leaves are turning. They're really nice night, and it's dry, no wind, and it's going to be a good crisp night, though.
Football weather for every sense of it as well. We've got a moon out as well. That's a nice little attraction here from Veterans Field. Gobblers will be ready to go here for this contest. Gobblers 4-1 on the season. Lost their first game of the season last week. Duluth Denfeld 13-6. And the Mora Mustangs 2-3, lost the first 3 games of their season, have bounced back with back-to-back wins so far here this year as they sit at 2-3. Kicking things off for the Mora Mustangs to be number 13, Errol Lopez, the running back, defensive back. They had listed at 6 foot, 170 pounds, and a junior for the Mora Mustangs. The Gobblers defensive, special teams unit will be making their way out onto the field here momentarily. Mora's tapped in, ready to go here this evening. Paul Vold, Lance Bauman, Linfield Hines on the camera here tonight. Jason Long is our public address announcer with his bevy of spotters here from the broadcast booth. Jacob Williams, the lone deep back, return man for the Aitkin Gobblers.
And he will boot the ball.
Yeah, Lopez, very impressive kickoff. He will do a high end-over-end kick. Williams will field it inside his 10-yard line down to the 5. He's up to the 15 to 20, hammered right about the 24-yard line before being tackled by number 25, Saul Thompson, the tight end linebacker listed as a senior. And the Aitkin Gobblers will make their way out onto the field here tonight, led by junior quarterback Braden Smith, making his debut as the quarterback for the Aitkin Gobblers, wearing number 10. We've seen Braden on the field. He's been primarily at the receiver position throughout the season, but now will be taking the snaps under center. He'll start off under center with the split backfield, Nissen and Williams with Palm in the backfield. Pitch to the right side for Williams. Gets a couple of blocks out in front. He's at the 30, to the 40, 45. Now the McGreen grass in front of him. One man to beat. Stiff arm before being ripped down. No, he will shut off that tackle. One play, one touchdown. Aitkin Gobblers from the 25 into the end zone. 75-yard romp on the first play of the game for the Aitkin Gobblers.
Attaboy, Jacob Williams. Plenty of try on there, and way to break those blocks and get out on the outside there, and good job to the offensive line to getting out and sealing the deal on the outside there.
11:41 into the first quarter, one play, 75 yards to the end zone, and it is Jacob Williams finding the end zone. Not bad to start things off as we wait for the two-point attempt. 75-yard touchdown run for Jacob Williams to start off the ball game tonight for the Gobblers. Wait, the two-point attempt coming up. It'll be a handoff to, I believe it was Nissen on the carry. Two-point attempt is no good. Two-point attempt no good. 6-0 lead. Gobblers up here on YourLiveEvent.com. We'll be back here after a quick 30-second timeout.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you. Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
Welcome back here to YourLiveEvent.com. 6-0 lead here in the first play of the game. The Aitkin Gobblers get a 75-yard touchdown run from Jacob Williams. Two-point attempt ended up being no good, but the Gobblers get on the scoreboard first here tonight. Paul Vold, Lance Bauman on the call here this evening. And you know, one of the other more significant position adjustments here will be tonight, kicking-wise as well. Craig Ashen not kicking off for the Gobblers. It'll be, looks like Nathan Price who will be kicking off for Aitkin, at least to start off this evening. Price will kick off for the Gobblers, and split returners for the Mora Mustangs. 6-0 our lead with this kickoff from Price. Being fielded inside to about the 15 to the 20-yard line. Far outside return play for number 4. He'll try to get his way up to the 30. Good tackle there. Nathan Nelson, one of the return men for the Mora Mustangs. As we'll see the Mustangs break out offensively. Number 11, Avery Nelson, the starting quarterback for the Mustangs. Mustangs will have a good handful of running backs, Nathan and Mason Nelson, with Connor Gamal in that backfield. Try to work a little bit of the misdirection opportunities. 11:35 to play in this first quarter. Take their opportunity here once they break huddle in this opening play, and from their series, ball spotted right at the 35-yard line of Mora. Handoff, bouncing right side, tackle for a loss. It will be for the Gobblers. Initial handoff to Connor Gamal for a loss on the first play from the line of scrimmage. Looks like it'll get him for a loss about 3 yards for Connor Gamal.
That's a good thing for the Gobblers. You'll see that all game long. Mora comes right up to the line, and they get right after it with no cadence. And the Gobblers got to be on the ball right away with the defense. And it was good rushing.
11:08 to play, counting downward here in this first quarter. 6-0 lead for the for the Aitkin Gobblers. They'll come quick to the line of scrimmage. Will Mora under center for Nelson, giving handoff right side, short gain, twisting his way forward and being tackled, driven backwards. Number 21 and Brock Folkema for a short gain back to the original line of scrimmage and fighting forward for a gain of about 6 yards for Folkema. That's his first carry of the night.
Nice stop by Nissen on that one.
It'll be third down and about 7 yards to go. Excuse me, yeah, 3rd and 7 it will be from the 38-yard line. 10.5 to play. Gobblers up 6-0 in quarter number 1. Taking their time, getting the play call in. Avery Nelson will come in partially from the sideline. Clock continues to wind. They'll work that clock as much as possible. And winding it down. Quick to line of scrimmage. Nelson under center. Play clock dwindling. Back to pass. Nelson rolls out towards his left. Looking downfield. He's going to huck it up. It is going to be caught for a big play. Folkema to the 30, 20, down to the 10-yard line in the end zone. Touchdown, Brock Folkema, as Eli Christie tried to reach out. One pass, one completion, and a touchdown. We are tied at 6 here in this opening quarter. From the 38 all the way down to the end zone, a 62-yard connection. Avery Nelson finds Folkema for the first catch of the night and a touchdown.
Gobblers cannot let that happen again for sure. They had the momentum going and trying to stop them in the tackle in the trenches.
We'll get a 2-point attempt coming up here, it looks like, for the Mora Mustangs. Tied at 6, 9:55 to play here in the opening quarter. Avery Nelson under center. He'll give handoff, fakes the handoff, rolls out right side, looking for the pass just over the head of his receiver in the back of the end zone. 2-point attempt is no good. But we're tied at 6 here. We're barely even 3 minutes into this contest. Barely even 2 minutes in. It's 6-6 our score here on YourLiveEvent.com.
I'm dreaming of a world where thinkers and doers collide, where technology creates pathways for new opportunities and ideas. I want to ask questions and shape the answers that lead to real and meaningful advancements in this digital era. I'm going to innovate the world someday.
Welcome back here to Veterans Field tonight. 62-yard touchdown pass. Avery Nelson to Brock Folkema ties it up at 6 for the Mora Mustangs. They'll be kicking off to the Gobblers here this evening. Again, Jacob Williams, the lone returner for the Gobblers. As it'll be Arrow Lopez set to return to kick off for the Mustangs. He'll make his approach. 9:55 to go. End over end kick to Williams. He'll set inside his own 10-yard line to the 15 to the 20. 25 cuts it up the middle. Try to get past another man, and it will take a couple of Mustangs to bring him down just shy of the 35 to the 33. First down and 10 for the Aitkin Gobblers. Be first down and 10 for Aitkin. They'll just get it spotted right to about the, looks like about the 34. They'll mark it, or right on top. Yep, just inside the 35-yard line. 6-6 our score. You know, you take 1 week off calling high school football, everything's just flying right at you, Lance, it seems. At least maybe I'm the only one that's feeling it. Should have definitely not shotgunned that Red Bull right before the start of tonight's broadcast. Gobblers will have a hand in the ground with a split backfield for the Gobbler quarterback in Braden Smith. Gives handoff, running right up the middle. Tanner Nissen, good gain on first down for about 5 yards. Tanner Nissen will get his first carry of the night for a forward and positive gain of 5 yards. Gobblers 2 plays, 80 yards total, 1 touchdown. Not a lashing run like it was for Jacob Williams in the previous play from offense. The Gobblers will take a nice 5-yard gain on first down to set them up 2nd and 5 from the 40-yard line of Aitkin. One receiver split out to the right side. Eli Christie, the lone receiver for Braden Smith, under center. Handoff to Nissen, bouncing right side, fighting his way forward initially. Fights his way, even pushing right on top of the sticks. And it'll be a first down, even though it looked like a tackle might have got a little close to the face masks there, but nonetheless, it looked like it was good enough for a first down. So will our official mark that off. And our first down of the night for the Aitkin Gobblers, right to the 45 of the Gobblers' end of the field. Exactly 9 minutes ago, we've had 2 scores on 2 drives, one for each side here in this opening quarter of football. Under center, Braden Smith. Alex Palm, the fullback, with Williams and Nissen, give off to Palm, the homecoming king. He'll fight his way. He's in the open field, off a tackler. He's got one man to beat, to the 20, to the 10, to the 5-yard line, dragged down just shy of the end zone. The homecoming king wears the crown near the end zone. From the 45 down to about the 3-yard line, they'll mark him down just shy of the end zone. Gobblers will get another first down for the scoring opportunity. They'll mark him just inside the 5-yard line. A nice 52-yard romp for the likes of Alex Palm on his first carry of the night. Was only going to be about a 5-yard gain, but spun off a tackler, threw a kid down, and then, well, sprinted in the open field. First down and 10 from the 3-yard line. First down and goal, I should say, for Braden Smith under center. Giving handoff to Jacob Williams. Second and third time into the end zone. 2 carries, 2 touchdowns. And Jacob Williams puts the Gobblers up 12-6. Pretty good stat line. 2 carries, 2 touchdowns for Jacob Williams. 8:10 to go here in this first quarter. The way this is going here, Lance, we're going to need another score sheet with the way these teams are now 3 for 3 scoring-wise here in this opening 3 series of this contest. 8:10 to play. 2-point attempt coming up here for the Gobblers.
Gobblers definitely got the momentum rolling.
We'll have Smith under center. Pitching it right side for Alex Palm. Can the homecoming king put the exclamation point? No, he will actually be rolled up out of bounds. We get a flag on the play, though, as we'll hold here just a moment. Might have been in the area, maybe a horse collar. Might have seen a little helmet-to-helmet action on the 2-point attempt. Get the official word from our officiating crew here this evening. But again, a 3-yard touchdown run from.
So it was a face mask on Mora.
So they're going to call the face mask penalty. We'll redo the try. So half the distance to the goal from the 2-yard line down to the 1. Easier opportunity for the Gobblers. Opens up the playbook just a little bit more, I would say.
8 minutes left here in the first quarter. Gobblers come up to the line.
Jacob Williams with a 3-yard touchdown. See the Gobblers bring here, going under center with Nissen and Williams, the split backs, and Smith under center. Giving handoff to Williams. He'll go right to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be close. Did he get in for the 2-point conversion? Everybody's saying yes, that they did their part. Did the Gobblers get in? They are going to say, boy, no signal as of yet on the 2-point attempt. We get all officials in here. They are going to say, what are they saying? They're saying no. No good on the 2-point attempt. 12-6 our score. We're 3 series in. We got 3 touchdowns here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Riverwood Healthcare Center in Aitkin provides total joint care for shoulders, elbows, hips, knees, hands, and wrists. Our team of highly skilled orthopedic surgeons use innovative procedures to increase mobility and reduce pain. Get back to the activities you enjoy. Learn more at riverwoodhealthcare.org. Riverwood Healthcare, your trusted leader for orthopedics and sports medicine.
Welcome back here on YourLiveEvent.com. Aitkin Gobblers set up by a 52-yard run from Alex Palm, punctuated by a 3-yard touchdown run from Jacob Williams. Gobblers now 0 for 2 on the 2-point attempts here tonight, but with a 12-6 lead. We're 3 series in, 8:10 to play here in the opening quarter, and we've had 3 scores thus far. Usually in a matchup like this we've seen in the past, Lance, this is usually more of a defensive battle than it is compared to an offensive shootout early going here in this contest.
Yeah, it's a lot of momentum in the first 3-4 minutes here, going both ways, and it's a very exciting game here tonight here at Veterans Field.
Initial contact for both teams on the offensive side, not slowing them down as Nathan Price will kick a short pop-up kick to number 28, that being one of the Nelson boys, that being Mason Nelson, and he'll be tackled just shy of the 30-yard line. And the Mora Mustangs will bring the huddle out, first down and 10 from their own, looks like about the 32 of Mora. Again, first series for Mora, successful. Was facing third and about 5 yards to go near the 40-yard line, and then, well, a 62-yard touchdown pass followed from Avery Nelson to Brock Folkema, who did get the bulk of the action offensively in that opening series for the Mora Mustangs as they continue to roll here with a late break of the huddle as they do. We'll have Nelson under center, Avery Nelson that is, three-man backfield in sorts. Hand off to the right side for, looks like that'll be Mason Nelson once again.
And Williams on the stop on.
Brock Folkema will actually get the carry from the 31 to about the, looks like about the 35-yard line, maybe about the, mark it right at the 40-yard line, it looks like. Be about a 7-yard carry for Brock Folkema on his second carry of the night. 7:35 and counting downward here in this first quarter of action. 12-6 our score at yourliveevent.com. Avery Nelson under center, giving handoff to number 13. It looks like, no, that's number 3, and Connor Gamal. He'll be tackled for a loss, maybe back to the line of scrimmage if he's lucky. Good pursuit from the Gobbler defense.
Yeah, Palm did a good job just, breaking down and getting around that outside and made a nice tackle, open field tackle. For
Connor Gamal will take the tackle for loss. Now at net negative 5 yards rushing tonight on 2 carries. It'll be third down and about 3 yards to go for the Mora Mustangs. Ball spotted right at the 38-yard line as they were on the previous series. That led to a score. Nelson under center, under his 6'7" center, that is. 6'7", that is, not his number. He's number 79. That being Bennett Pearson. Nelson under center. Three-man backfield again, giving handoff right up the middle for number 28. That is going to be Mason Nelson. He'll be tackled in the open field for a first down for the Mora Mustangs. From the 38, he'll get into Gobbler territory right to the, looks like about the 42. So that'll be a gain of about 20 yards for Mason Nelson on his first carry of the night.
Mora does play a little bit of that trickery. That was kind of a setup by the quarterback as he got the defense started thinking as the quarterback stepped out of that center. Made him think a little bit.
6:13 to go here in this opening quarter. 12-6 our score. Avery Nelson under center for his quarterback play. Bouncer right up the middle for Mason Nelson. Nowhere to go. He'll be driven down at the line of scrimmage. Even trying to go off his 6'7" center. Couldn't get any further than that as Mason Nelson tackled right at the line of scrimmage. Looks like they might give him about half a yard on that carry. Second down and 10 from the 41-yard line of Aitkin for the Mustangs. Nelson coming over from the sideline. It'll be marched right in the middle of the field. The football, that is. 5.5 to play in quarter number 1. 12-6 our score. Gobblers on top of the Mora Mustangs. 3 series, 3 touchdowns. Nelson pitches it right side, just getting the lucky bounce. Mason Nelson wasn't expecting the ball. It was the quarterback Nelson, Avery Nelson, pitched it to Mason. It bounced off his right shoulder, landed right in his hands, and he gets tackled after a 1-yard gain.
He got lucky for sure. Again, a lot of those Nelsons down in Mora, they're all either cousins or almost, some of them are not related, but there is a lot of Nelsons down there. And they're good wrestlers.
A lot of horseshoes for the Mustangs.
A lot of horseshoes. Very lucky.
They pulled one out on that one. The Gobblers would have been sniffing on that one, but nonetheless come up on the sour end of that near potential turnover. Third down and 9. Ball spotted at the 40-yard line of Aitkin. Mora will come breaking out of the huddle quickly. Single wingback formation. Pitch to the right side for Folkema. Folkema from the 35. He is at the 30-yard line, right on top of the yard marker, and a yard extra for a 10-yard gain from Brock Folkema, and that will be another first down for the Mora Mustangs, their second here tonight. Folkema getting the pitch off the right side from his quarterback in Avery Nelson, and he got through to the second level. And the Gobblers have the ball defensively. They are back, spotted at the 30-yard line on their own end of the field. Avery Nelson coming over from the sideline, getting the play call in from his coaching staff. 4:12 to go here in quarter number 1. Working the clock here. 8:10 we started with this possession. Hand off to the left side now for Connor Gamal. A good gain on that first down carry for about 5 yards for Connor Gamal. Maybe even a couple extra, up to about 7 yards they'll mark off. And it will be a gain positive for the running back, Connor Gamal, for the Mora Mustangs with 3:45 to play in quarter number 1. So we're live here on yourliveevent.com. Paul Vold, Lance Bauman on the call here. Linfield Hines doing the camera work as he always does magically. Handoff right up the middle. First initial attempt, second and third. That might be good enough for a first down for the Mustangs. And a Gobbler player down on the field, but quickly back up. Number 32 getting the carry for the Mustangs, that being Tucker Haas. Haas with his first carry this evening. That ball was now at the 23-yard line for a gain of about, well, they'll mark it down from the 23 inside to about the 20 for about a 3-yard carry for Tucker Haas on his first carry of the evening for the Mustangs. Quickly back up and over onto the sideline. Gobbler player with 3:20 to go here in quarter number 1.
That was Kane Byrne that went off the field there.
Yep, Kane Byrne. Luckily, some people are paying attention. 3:08 to play here in quarter number 1, but it'll play off for Kane Byrne as Avery Nelson breaks the huddle quickly for the Mora Mustangs. Handoff left side for number 3. That'll be Connor Gamal once again. Good Kane on that first down carry for the Mustangs. Now 3 first downs in this first quarter with under 3 to play. They'll give him a gain of about 7 yards for Connor Gamal, who's now past the negative rushing total here through this first quarter. 2:40 to go. Second down and 2. Make it about, a long 2, maybe 3 yards. Ball at the 10-yard line, maybe about the 11. Angles here from the broadcast booth, even with this setup that we have. Not very favorable, but nonetheless good enough. It'll be Folkema getting the carry, cutting right side, now back to the left, into the end zone. An 11-yard touchdown run puts the Mustangs back even, and it will be a touchdown run for Brock Folkema. That'll be his first of the night. We're tied at 12. Back and forth we go here with 2:16 to play here in this first quarter. They're going to mark him short, actually. No, marking him short. Looking at the wrong goal line, apparently. Have him right about the. Okay, they're going the extra point here from Errol Lopez. Excuse us, folks. Extra point is good from Lopez. Confusion nonetheless. Once we get down to that end of the field, it's all good. 13-12 now the score, even after the 11-yard touchdown run from Brock Folkema. We've had 4 scores. We've had 4 touchdowns. And on 4 series here in this first quarter of action here, yourliveevent.com.
Where everyone has the opportunity for education. Where classrooms are not only a place to learn, but to make an impact. I will help the next generation of game changers and difference makers. I am going to teach the world someday.
Well,
1:56 to go here in quarter number 1. 4 series, 4 touchdowns. It's a 13-12 lead for the Mora Mustangs over the Aitkin Gobblers here on homecoming night. Lance here with this, the way things are shaping up here. We're going to be in for a shootout here tonight.
I hope so. We just got to keep the momentum going back and forth and not get it lopsided. They just got to, again, stay in between the tackles and just get the ball moving.
Gobblers will get the return after the extra point from Errol Lopez. That we'll see the extra point attempt coming up here. 13-12 our score on the scoreboard here from Veterans Field in Aitkin. Lopez will make his approach. Side-winding kick. This one is going to go out of bounds after not kicking it to Jacob Williams, as solid returns the last couple of times from Williams. That's going to have it spotted up to about the 30-yard line, as the Gobblers will get first down and 10 for junior quarterback in Braden Smith. this evening. Gobblers have benefited from strong running plays so far here tonight. Alex Palm with a 52-yard run. Jacob Williams, 2 touchdowns, 78 yards total in his 2 carries here tonight. First down and 10. They'll put the ball at the 40-yard line. First down and 10 for Aitkin with $1:56 to play in quarter number 1. Out-of-town scoreboard update. After 1 quarter, 18-0, Crosby Ironton over Hinckley Finlayson in their homecoming matchup tonight.
Ball's on 35 there, Paul.
Well, there you go. 35-yard line, first down and 10 for the Aitkin Gobblers. Smith under center. Give handoff to Tanner Nissen, left side, Maybe back to the line of scrimmage for Tanner if he's lucky. And they will give him to the line of scrimmage. Third carry of the night with 1:45 and counting downward here in this first quarter of action. 4 series, 4 long drives, and 4 touchdowns scored, 2 to each side here in this opening quarter of football. 13-12 our score. Aitkin trailing against the Mora Mustangs. Under center, Smith. Split backfield again with Nissen and Williams. Williams will get the pitch to the right side, gets a couple of lead blocks, will take a couple of Mustangs with him for a minimal gain on second down, Gain of about 2, maybe 3 yards for Jacob Williams. Just inside to about the 40-yard line. Let's say about the 38, so 3-yard carry for Jacob Williams, his first non-scoring carry of the evening. 13-12 with under a minute to go in quarter number 1. Lone receiver split out to the right side, that being John McGuire. Back after a lengthy stay off the field. Going in a shotgun set, we got movement on the field. A timeout called, it looks like. Timeout called on the field by the Mora Mustangs here this evening. We'll take a quick timeout as well. 39 seconds to play. Mora's up 13-12 on yourliveevent.com.
Schools. Keep informed with district news and information for parents, families, students, and staff with your visit to the Aitkin School website at home.isd1.org. Our mission at Aitkin Schools is to empower students to be lifelong learners and citizens by maximizing community, parent, and staff involvement while developing high expectations and achievement in a safe learning environment. We are ISD1.
Welcome back here to yourliveevent.com. For those also tuning in here this evening, whether supporting Aitkin or Mora this evening, 13-12 our score. Gobblers have the football at their own 38-yard line, facing 3rd down and 7 with 39 seconds to go here in this first quarter of football. Gobblers will break the huddle as Mora used one of their timeouts, seeing Aitkin pop up the first time in a pistol formation with a couple extra protectors and some tight ends on the field. One receiver split out to the left side. Misdirection handoff for Alex Palm. He's at the 40-yard, just shy of the 40-yard line. Ankle tackle by the Mustangs will get the Gobblers offense off the field, it looks like. They'll get him for a gain of about 2 yards for Alex Palm. He gets off that ankle tackle. He may very well get that first down. Punt team out of the field here tonight for the Gobblers. Punting duties before were reserved for Zach Enstrom, out for the season. The broken leg. About 2 seconds ago, they'll just run out the clock here for quarter number 1. So quarter number 1, after a flurry of scores, comes to a 13-12 lead for the Mora Mustangs. They take a quick timeout here on yourliveevent.com.
I'm dreaming of a world where the crack of a bat is not just a hobby, but a lifestyle. Where I can build upon long traditions from the ground up. I want to work in an industry where all people can make their own field of dreams become reality. I'm going to elevate the world of sports someday.
If your vehicle has an unfortunate mishap, you want the best in quality bodywork. You need to take it to Aitkin Body Shop. They can handle any collision or auto glass repair, and they have a state-of-the-art facility and technology. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit them at 421 North Minnesota Avenue. Towing services also available. Give them a call at 218-927-2883. Remember the name that stands for quality and trust. That's Aitkin Body Shop, providing exceptional auto body collision and paint repair since 1974.
Welcome.
Welcome back here to YourLiveEvent.com. End of quarter number 1. The Aitkin Gobblers trailing the Mora Mustangs 13-12. Punt team out on the field for the first time tonight. For either team, it'll be Aitkin punting off the football. It'll be a Nathan Price spiraling end-over-end punt fielded just a sidewinding, as it will not be fielded by number 84 for the Mustangs, that being Trenton 4. He'll just watch it bounce right in front. 13-12 our score, now into quarter number 2 here tonight. Back and forth we went in that first quarter, Lance, and well, the first time either defense made a stop when they needed to belong to the Mora Mustangs.
They did. Again, it was a shoelace tackle for Mora there on Palm there.
Trying to change things up, at least for the offensive side for the Gobblers. That led to a timeout taken by Mora, and they adjusted properly, getting that stop on a third down. 11:50 to play here in quarter number 2. And just before halftime, as Mora will break the huddle, first down and 10 from the 30-yard line. Hand off right side for Folkema up to about the 36 to the 37. Gain on first down. A solid start for the drive, that being for Brock Folkema and also the Mora Mustangs for about 6 yards on that first down carry for him tonight.
Tanner Nissen on the stop.
Second down and about 4 yards to go. Ball spotted inside the 40-yard line to about the 41, or excuse me, the 36-yard line will be set up. 11:20 to play until halftime. Avery Nelson under center. Center quarterback exchange. Bounce right on top of it. He picks up, jumps over a teammate, and tries to get something out of nothing. And Avery Nelson gets a gain of about 1.5 yards, if not 2 yards. And once again, the Mora Mustangs with a couple of extra opportunities and a player down on the field, unfortunately, for the Mora Mustangs. Gets a gain of about 2 yards for the Mora Mustangs, setting up third and short, and an injury player down on the field here tonight for the Mora Mustangs. And with 11:02 to play here in this first half of football. 13-12 our score here on YourLiveEvent.com. We'll step aside here for this injury timeout on the field.
Keep informed with district news and information for parents, families, students, and staff with your visit to the Aitkin School website at home.isd1.org. Our mission at Aitkin Schools is to empower students to be lifelong learners and citizens by maximizing community, parent, and staff involvement while developing high expectations and achievement in a safe learning environment. We are ISD1.
Welcome back here to YourLiveEvent.com. Injury on the field from Avery Nelson, the quarterback. He'll step off here for at least one play. Third down and 3, and we'll see checking in. It will be number 15, looks like Cole Gamal. Number 15 checking in for the first time tonight, listed at a 6'1", 175-pound senior. He'll go under center for this play, facing third down and 3. Quarterback center exchange, ball loose out on the ground. Who comes out with it? And it's a bobbling play, but the Mustangs do recover. Play is blown dead. Back-to-back plays, back-to-back quarterback center exchanges, and the ball will be spotted right on top of the 40-yard line, it looks like. Depending on the spot here, we're going to get a first down. It will be a first down for the Mora Mustangs. Didn't quite see who came out with the football. Last person to touch is number 73, offensive lineman, that being Brock Peterson. Not even sure who I want to give that carry to for the Mustangs. Nonetheless, first down and 10. That's their fourth first down of this half. 13-12, the Mustangs lead. Coach Hill's giving a earful to one of the officials on the field for the Mustangs. Handoff from the left side, bouncing Connor Gamal. Good gain into Gobbler territory, right on top of the midfield stripe, it looks like. And good enough for a first down. They're going to say second down. Second and very short. Connor Gamal, a 9-yard carry for him just inside the Mustang side of the field at the 49-yard line. 10 minutes to go until halftime. Gobblers trailing Mora 13-12. Breaking the huddle quickly. Nelson back under center. Avery Nelson, that is. He'll give handoff. Running right up the middle. Minimal gain into Gobbler territory. Short gain for number, I believe it was 28 on the carry. No, number 32, Tucker Haas. Haas will get it into the Gobbler end of the field for about 3 yards on that carry. And we'll push it in to the Gobbler side of the field with 9:45 to play until halftime. A couple of other first quarter scores coming in as well. We'll get the opportunity to tell you those when we can. 13-12, Mora. Ball spotted right at midfield. Avery Nelson bouncing off a couple of his own teammates to get the ball into the hands of Mason Nelson.
Caneburn on the tackle.
2-yard carry for Mason Nelson. Second and now make it about 8 yards to go. Ball at the 46. 9:14 to play until halftime. Mustangs got the football after forcing the Gobblers out to punt the football. Mora trying to reciprocate with the score. Folkema in the open field. He'll have one man to beat down the sideline. He'll be pushed out of bounds and just staying in down to about the 10-yard line from the 46. He'll get down to about the 15-yard line for about a 31-yard carry for Brock Folkema. He'll move the chains. That's 5 first downs in this first half for the Mora Mustangs. First down and 10. They'll spot the ball just inside to about the 14-yard line. First down and 10 for the Mustangs. 8:40 to go until halftime. Nelson will come over from the sideline to get the play call into his teammates. They'll break the huddle under center. Nelson handing it off up the middle, trying to bounce and jump over a player in the process. Minimal gain. Just inside to about from the 13 down to about the 8-yard line for the running back for the Mustangs. Second down and about 4 yards to go. Ball spotted to about the 8, and 8 minutes to go until halftime. Avery Nelson back under center once again. 3-man backfield lines right behind him. Giving handoff right side for Folkema. Pounding his way closer to the end zone. They will say touchdown for the Mustangs, and Brock Folkema into the end zone for the second time tonight. And it's a 19-12 lead with 7:46 to go until halftime. First score in the second quarter belongs to the Mora Mustangs, with 7:46 to go until halftime. And the Mustangs will go for 2. Brock Folkema, back-to-back scoring drives for the Mustangs and back-to-back touchdowns for him. Running off the right side, Connor Gamal in the end zone. 2-point attempt is good. 21-12 is the score with 7:46 to go until halftime. Quick break here as the Gobblers trail the Mora Mustangs on YourLiveEvent.com.
My roots run deep. I dream of a world where planting a seed can bring forth the food and knowledge our world needs right now. The field is my classroom, and I have the power to make a difference. I am going to feed the world someday.
Welcome back here to YourLiveEvent.com. 8-yard touchdown run from Brock Folkema punched in as well. The 2-point attempt from Connor Gamal makes it now a 21-12 advantage for the Mora Mustangs. Paul Vold, Lance Bauman on the call from Veterans Field on homecoming night in Aitkin this evening. Gobblers, well, gave up the ball last time, had to punt for the first time tonight, and Mora took advantage by scoring, who are now 3 for 3 scoring-wise here tonight on their drives this evening, as Arrow Lopez will do a high end-over-end kick to Jacob Williams. 7:46 to go inside his own 10-yard line. Fights his way forward, jumping over a player down to the 35-yard line. Nice return for Jacob Williams, and the Aitkin Gobblers will be set up first down and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Gobblers need to sustain a little bit of momentum offensively here on this drive, Lance, with 7:42 to go until halftime, because Mora gets the ball out of the halftime locker room coming into the second half.
Again, the Gobblers are going to have to control the clock here for the next 7 minutes.
First down and 10 from the 35 of Aitkin. Gobblers will start off in their pistol set. One receiver to the right side, Braden Smith in the shotgun handoff. Jacob Williams bouncing left side, spinning off one tackler. Cannot get off that first tackle, but a good gain on first down for Jacob Williams. Anytime you can get the ball straight off on a handoff to Jacob Williams, let him do the work. That's been the successful play. A 9-yard carry on first down for Jacob Williams.
And good job on that Aitkin line there for sure. Opened up a beautiful hole, and you just
Just realized, forgot to hit one more button to get the stream back up and running. Now we're good to go. At least we should be.
should be streaming.
4:12 to go here in this first half of football. Paul Vold and also Lance Bauman on the call here of this broadcast here tonight on YourLiveEvent.com. Handoff right side, Jacob Williams nearly slipped. He did slip as he tried to cut back from the right side to the left. Looks like a gain of about maybe 2 yards. About a yard there they'll give for Jacob Williams here with his 8th carry. 2nd down and 9 it looks like here in this first half with 3.5 to go in the second quarter.
Last call for raffle tickets.
Gobblers will break the huddle. 2nd down and 9 from the 15-yard line. And we'll start off in that pistol formation once again. Smith, option play. No, he'll give handoff left side. Alex Palm, one more defender, has slipped on the grass and maybe got a couple of yards for Alex Palm. They'll give him about 4 yards, maybe 3 yards for Alex Palm as he slipped on the grass to the 10-yard line. They'll give him about 5 on that carry, facing 3rd and about 4 yards to go for Aitkin with under 3 to play in this first half. First down and 10. Or excuse me, they're looking for first down and 10. It's 3rd and 4 for the Gobblers. Smith under center. We get movement at the line, unfortunately. And that's going to be the first penalty of the night for Aitkin. And that's going to set them back now 3rd down and 9 with 2:40 to play in this first half. 21-12. Ball spotted back to the 15-yard line. Smith will come over to the sideline to talk with his head coach, and clock will continue to run. Coming up at halftime, going to look at our numbers from this first half, second half adjustments, and, of course, our out-of-town scoreboard as well. 2.5 to play. Clock continues to run. 3rd down and 9. Ball spotted at the 15-yard line for Aitkin. One receiver to the right side. Smith under center. Nissen and also, no, that's Kane Byrne and Jacob Williams in the backfield. Williams will give the handoff. Massive bodies cutting back towards the middle. 2nd, 3rd effort. It's going to be very close. If he did get the first down, he's right on top of it. And we will say first down for the Gobblers facing 3rd down and 9. They will get the 9 yards they need. The referee signaled first down. Chain gang yet to move yet. Needed the 9. Jacob Williams gets the 9. And will be the 7th first down of this first half for Aitkin. Under 2 minutes to go. First down and 10 from the 6-yard line. Initial contact against Jacob Williams did not hold as he was able to fight for those extra yards. Smith under center. Handoff Kane Byrne right side. Back towards the left, I should say. Pushed down to about the 5-yard line. Maybe down to about the 4, it looks like. Minimal gain for Kane Byrne. And we'll say 2nd and goal to go for the Gobblers down to the 5-yard line. Minute 19 and counting down right here. Gobbler still with all of their timeouts here in this first half. Minute 10 to go. Gobblers trailing 21-12. Smith back under center. Ian McNevin, the lone receiver to the left side, pitches it towards the right. Gets a block out in front. Jacob Williams looking for the corner of the pylon into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacob Williams, a 5-yard touchdown run. Gobblers needed that one big time as they had the ball with 7:56 to play in this first half. They find the end zone with 56.7 seconds left. Needed a 7-minute drive. Lance, they got one.
They got it. That's what I was looking for again. Now the Gobblers need to capitalize on this extra 2.
Down by 2, and now down by 3, I should say. They'll go for 2, 21-18 the current score here on yourliveevent.com. Ball spotted at the 2, Smith under center. One receiver to the right side, high pitch, faking it, rolling out to the left. Smith's going to take it himself into the end zone. 2-point attempt is good with Braden Smith taking it in himself. Gobblers down 21-20 with 56.7 seconds to go. Gobblers still down, but they're keeping it close. It's 21-20 here on yourliveevent.com.
If your vehicle has an unfortunate mishap, you want the best in quality bodywork. You need to take it to Aitkin Body Shop. They can handle any collision or auto glass repair, and they have a state-of-the-art facility and technology. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit them at 421 North Minnesota Avenue. Towing services also available. Give them a call at 218-927-2883. Remember the name that stands for quality and trust. That's Aitkin Body Shop, providing exceptional auto body collision and paint repair since 1974.
Welcome
back to Aitkin High School tonight here on the Gobbler. No, we're not on the Gobbler. On yourliveevent.com here with Paul Vold, Lance Bauman from Veterans Field in Aitkin. Gobblers get a touchdown run of 5 yards for Jacob Williams, his 3rd touchdown the first half. Braden Smith punches it in from 2 yards out to get the 2-point attempt. Gobblers down by 1 with 56.7 seconds to go until halftime.
Kicking off by Price.
Nathan Price will toe up the ball here from the 40-yard line. See what the Mustangs want to do here with 1 timeout and 56 seconds to go. See what comes out of this opportunity here for the Mora Mustangs. Price that is, Nathan Price that is. Ball fielded to about the 20-yard line by Folkema. He'll get up to the 30, 35 down the sideline to the 45, just shy of the 45-yard line. Jacob Williams reintroduces himself to Brock Folkema, and it will be 1st down and 10 for the Mora Mustangs with just 48.9 seconds to go until halftime. Mora Mustangs here in this first half. 2 rushing touchdowns from Brock Folkema and a passing touchdown, Avery Nelson, to Brock Folkema as well. So Folkema getting all the action in the end zone thus far. 21-20. Ball spotted at the 44-yard line of Mora. 1 timeout left and 48.9 seconds to go. Quick to the line of scrimmage. Avery Nelson under center with his full house backfield once again. Handoff right up the middle for number 28, Mason Nelson. He's into Gobbler territory. He's at the 30-yard line before being tackled from behind by the likes of Tanner Nissen from the 44. They'll spot the ball to about the 27. Clock will continue to run with 40 seconds to go until halftime. Another 1st down for the Mora Mustangs. 21-20, 35 seconds to go. They'll give handoff to Connor Gamal. Gamal, initial contact, falls forward to about the 27, and a timeout taken by the Mora Mustangs. They'll spot him to about the 27, so about a 2-yard carry for Connor Gamal after that big run on 1st down from the running of Mason Nelson. Happened so quick, I couldn't do the math. It's a timeout, how much of a run that was. It was from the 44, I will say, to about the 30-yard line. 6 plus 20, that's 26. Tack on a couple more. How about 28 yards for Mason Nelson on that run right there?
Nice little tackle by Walker Texas Walker Jones here.
Got to work on that a little bit. You got wrestling season to clean that up a little bit.
We got Texas coming.
Right now, it is the last timeout taken of the half by the Mora Mustangs and Coach Troy Erickson with 27.6 seconds to go until halftime.
Thank you, Dan Borseth, for letting us know that everything is still working out there in your live event land.
It's amazing how a lot of this stuff comes down to one button not being pushed, especially after we had a little bit of a boo-boo that did happen. But you know what? We're good to go here nonetheless. 21-20 the score. Mora Mustangs not relenting here, even with under a minute to go. They're going to try and get everything they can here out of this drive. Avery Nelson hands off to Brock Folkema, right side through the initial level. Second, third, he'll be tackled just inside the 10 from the 27. Quick to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped so they can set the chains. Chain marker will be set. It'll be first down and 10 down to about the inside the 10-yard line. They'll spot it to about the looks like about the 7-yard line. A 20-yard carry there for Brock Folkema and an injured Mustang down on the field here with 20.5 seconds to go until halftime. Looks like Folkema it was that was tackled once again. Not quite sure if he was tackled from behind or maybe the initial player coming up for the Gobblers to make that tackle with just 20.5 seconds go in this first half. Halftime score over on KKIN FM Real Country 94.3 sees Northwoods on top of Mille Lacs 6-0. 20.5 seconds to go. First down and 10 from the 7-yard line. Stoppage here. We got to wait for the player to come off the field as Mora was ready to snap the ball with about 13 people on the field, including their head coach and trainer. And the injured player, that being Brock Folkema for the Mora Mustangs. Handoff Connor Gamal, sweeping right side towards left. Will he get to the end zone? Just shy for about 2 yards. 11 seconds to go. Connor Gamal just shy of the end zone. Quickly the line of scrimmage. Avery gets settled under center. They'll spike the ball with 4.8 seconds to go. It says 4.4. We'll get it stopped with that spiked ball at 2nd and goal. 4.4 seconds to go. Maybe add a couple of seconds, maybe. We'll see. No word from our officials down on the field after the spike. And they'll change it to 3rd down now, the chain gang on the far side of the field. 4.4 seconds to go. 3rd and goal. Ball spotted to about the right on top of about the 4-yard line, it looks like. Maybe about the 3-yard line. Mora will get it right side to number 33 down to the end zone to the goal line. They are going to say hands were about halfway up. Are they going to say touchdown? He's short. They're saying short of the goal line to make. No time left on the clock. We got Mora lining up here for an extra 2-point conversion. Looks like a touchdown was called by the official on the near side of the field from number 33, Nolan McGaw. 27-20 the score. We're always the ones that are left mystified by the fact that one official will call a score while the other doesn't. 27-20 right now. Nolan McGaw with a touchdown just before the half here. As we'll get a 2-point attempt and we get stoppage here out on the field for the 2-point attempt. And a timeout taken by the Aitkin Gobblers. Nolan McGaw punches it in. Mora Mustangs did get the score here as they were up 21-20, 50.6 seconds to go. There's no time left on the clock here for the Mustangs, but they will get this 2-point attempt, and they will take the lead into the halftime locker room. A 3-yard touchdown run from Nolan McGaw. Coming in relief for Brock Folkema, who is out after on the previous play did get tackled. As this 2-point attempt coming up here for the Mora Mustangs. 27-20 our score as the offense comes back out for the Mora Mustangs. Avery Nelson will have Connor Gamal along with Tucker Haas and Nolan McGaw in the backfield. He'll give handoff to Gamal, bouncing left side down to the goal line. 2-point attempt is good. 29-20 going in the halftime locker room. Mora Mustangs up on the Aitkin Gobblers at halftime and homecoming here from Aitkin High School. Take a break here on the halftime break in the halftime show as we get a look here at the numbers from this first half. Out-of-town scoreboard, second half adjustments and more coming up as the Mustangs lead the Gobblers here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Schools. Keep informed with district news and information for parents, families, students, and staff with your visit to the Aitkin School website at home.isd1.org. Our mission at Aitkin Schools is to empower students to be lifelong learners and citizens by maximizing community, parent, and staff involvement while developing high expectations and achievement in a safe learning environment. We are ISD1.
My roots run deep. I dream of a world where planting a seed can bring forth the food and knowledge our world needs right now. The field is my classroom, and I have the power to make a difference. I am going to feed the world someday.
If your vehicle has an unfortunate mishap, you want the best in quality bodywork. You need to take it to Aitkin Body Shop. They can handle any collision or auto glass repair, and they have a state-of-the-art facility and technology. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit them at 421 North Minnesota Avenue. Towing services also available. Give them a call at 218-927-2883. Remember the name that stands for quality and trust. That's Aitkin Body Shop, providing exceptional auto body collision and paint repair since 1974.
Welcome to Aitkin Schools. Keep informed with district news and information for parents, families, students, and staff with your visit to the Aitkin School website at home.isd1.org. Our mission at Aitkin Schools is to empower students to be lifelong learners and citizens by maximizing community, parent, and staff involvement while developing high expectations and achievement in a safe learning environment. We are ISD1.
Welcome back here to Aitkin High School Veterans Field tonight here on yourliveevent.com. Halftime score 29-20. Boy, it was a whirlwind of a first half, very opposite of what a Mora Aitkin matchup is. Usually a couple of scores and a couple of defensive showdowns. It's been all offense for both sides here in this first half. Well, it got started off. First play from the line of scrimmage after a kickoff return by Jacob Williams. He goes one play, 75 yards, to make it a 6-0 score in the first half for the Aitkin Gobblers. Then on the next series, with 9:55 to play in the first quarter, it was 6-6. Avery Nelson connected with Brock Folkema, 62 yards out for a touchdown pass in the next series. The following series, the Aitkin Gobblers would reciprocate with a 3-yard touchdown run with 8:10 to play, making it 12-6 in favor of the Gobblers. 13-12 it was the score even after an extra point. Brock Folkema, an 11-yard touchdown run with 1:56 left in the first quarter. That would end our first quarter with a 13-12 lead for the Mora Mustangs. The second quarter started off with the Gobblers having to punt for the first time tonight. The following drive, Mora went the length of the field going into the end zone with a Brock Folkema 8-yard touchdown run and cemented by a 2-point conversion from Connor Gamal, making it 21-12. 56.7 seconds to go in the first half. Gobblers would cut the deficit down to 21-20, and it was Jacob Williams, a 5-yard touchdown run. Braden Smith had that 2-point conversion, but then with just 56 seconds to go, Mora would score from a 3-yard touchdown run from Nolan McGaw, checking in from Brock Folkema, and a 2-point conversion from Connor Gamal to make it 29-20. Going into the halftime break. So a lot to digest from this first half of football. Of course, Paul Vold, Lance Bauman on the call of this broadcast here tonight on yourliveevent.com. Get a look at our second half adjustments with our out-of-town scoreboard. You know what? Let's get to that out-of-town scoreboard right now here this evening. Halftime score over on Skeeter 101.5 with the Crosby Ironton Rangers leading 28-0 their halftime contest against Hinckley Finlayson. Halftime score with Southridge leading McGregor 28-0 on KKIN AM 930 FM 103.1. 6-0 Northwoods on top of Mille Lacs at halftime. And no score as of most recently. Well, it was a halftime end of first quarter score. Pequot Lakes on top of Pillager 13-6 after 1 quarter of play. So we wait that halftime score. We'll get that coming up here in the halftime show. Get another break in here tonight. We will also get for you updates with this first half numbers for both teams as the Mora Mustangs lead the Aitkin Gobblers here tonight, 29-20 at halftime on yourliveevent.com.
My roots run deep. I dream of a world where planting a seed can bring forth the food and knowledge our world needs right now. The field is my classroom, and I have the power to make a difference. I am going to feed the world someday.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you.
Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And is done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
I'm dreaming of a world where thinkers and doers collide, where technology creates pathways for new opportunities and ideas. I want to ask questions and shape the answers that lead to real and meaningful advancements in this digital era. I'm going to innovate the world someday.
Riverwood Healthcare Center in Aitkin provides total joint care for shoulders, elbows, hips, knees, hands, and wrists. Our team of highly skilled orthopedic surgeons use innovative procedures to increase mobility and reduce pain. Get back to the activities you enjoy. Learn more at riverwoodhealthcare.org. Riverwood Healthcare, your trusted leader for orthopedics and sports medicine.
Welcome back here to yourliveevent.com. Halftime score with the Aitkin Gobblers trailing the Mora Mustangs 29-20 on yourliveevent.com. Paul Vold on the call here tonight. Lance Bauman also joining us in the broadcast booth with the Mora Mustangs up here at halftime. Get a look at here the halftime numbers for both teams, starting first with the first half numbers for the Mora Mustangs. 9 carries for 27 yards for Connor Gamal in the first half. Mason Nelson, 5 carries for 51 yards. Avery Nelson has 1 carry for 2 yards. Brock Folkema has 105 yards on 8 carries, 2 touchdowns in the first half, with also a 62-yard receiving touchdown for Brock Folkema, 3 yards and a touchdown for Nolan McGaw, 6 yards and a touchdown for Tucker Haas in the first half. 7 first downs, 1 penalty for the Mora Mustangs here this evening. The other side for the Aitkin Gobblers in the first half led on 10 carries, 123 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns for Jacob Williams, 14 yards on 4 carries for Tanner Nissen, 5 carries and 66 yards for Alex Palm in the first half, and a pair of carries and also 2 yards apiece for Kane Byrne and Braden Smith. Braden Smith, 1 of 1 passing in the first half for 12 yards. Gobblers also had 7 first downs in the first half to go along with just 1 penalty in the first half. Paul Vold, Lance Bauman on the call of this game here tonight. Lance, of course, first quarter, it was back and forth. Both teams going down the field with pretty much with ease. A couple of broken tackles to each side defensively, and it was a shootout to start. And then things seemed to slow down a little bit for the Gobblers after that drive that resulted in a punt.
The Gobblers started changing up their look a little bit, going into the pistol from the wishbone and trying up a couple other trickery plays. They just try to get Mora off the key, right? There was so much momentum going both directions, and the Gobblers, again, hit the brakes a little bit, started controlling the clock and trying to make something happen and play the Aitkin way.
Yeah, as they did just before the half. Of course, they got the ball with just under 8 minutes to go. They switch up to that pistol set. Mora calls a timeout, but then Aitkin goes down the length of the field and gets that score just before halftime. And then Mora, with 56 seconds to go, gets that touchdown to put them up now 9 going into the halftime locker room. That's a bit of a backbreaker for the Gobblers.
Yeah, it was. You know, there's some contentious calling on that with the injury. it is what it is. Unfortunately, there should have been another few seconds ran off the clock because of the injury timeout and the delay of getting the person off the field. With that said, the Gobblers still need to stop and tackle the people. So
Mora gets the ball out of the halftime locker room here tonight, of course, with it being 29-20 lead here at halftime. Of course, it is homecoming. They had the homecoming court on the field. Of course, a good majority of the homecoming court, at least for the male representatives, are in the locker room right now. So the girls down on the field actually had the big picture cutouts for the seniors that were on the homecoming court. So that's a nice little touch.
that is pretty cool. Again, it still keeps them involved here through the halftime here as they're getting some ideas by Coach Hills. I did have a little word with a couple of the refs out there too, that they can all lift up their arms and show their team spirit.
It would be helpful, especially the ones on the far side of the field, so we don't have to be looking and ducking out of the press box here to confirm.
It is super hard in the press box to see if they have it touched on or not. So they understood and they will work on it.
So we certainly do appreciate that, working with our officials here tonight with our halftime score 29-20 in favor of the Mora Mustangs. More of the halftime show coming up here on the other side of the break. Again, Mora leads Aitkin Gobblers 29-20 here on YourLiveEvent.com.
I'm dreaming of a world where everyone has the opportunity for education. Where classrooms are not only a place to learn, but to make an impact. I will help the next generation of game changers and difference makers. I am going to teach the world someday.
Welcome to Aitkin Schools. Keep informed with district news and information for parents, families, students, and staff with your visit to the Aitkin School website at home.isd1.org. Our mission at Aitkin Schools is to empower students to be lifelong learners and citizens by maximizing community, parent, and staff involvement while developing high expectations and achievement in a safe learning environment. We are ISD1.
I'm dreaming of a world where the crack of a bat is not just a hobby, but a lifestyle. Where I can build upon long traditions from the ground up. I want to work in an industry where all people can make their own field of dreams become reality. I'm going to elevate the world of sports someday.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you. Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day, and is done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
Welcome back here to YourLiveEvent.com from Veterans Field in Aitkin. Paul Vold, Lance Bauman of this broadcast with the Aitkin Gobblers trailing the Mora Mustangs 29-20. Mora back out on the field. Of course, they will get the ball to start off the second half. The ball will be kicked to them from the Aitkin Gobblers. And, of course, Lance, few things to address coming out of the halftime locker room. I think Gobblers defensively need to find a way to make a stop and get them off the field, the Mustangs.
They will. Right at the beginning there, the Gobblers did a good job staying right up, nose to nose. They're going to have to change up their look a little bit and maybe do a little more stunts and just figure it out. As more Mustangs started working on the outside and getting some sweeps going, Gobblers are going to have to work on the containing and gang tackling again on the outside.
Gobblers again trailing 29-20 against the Mora Mustangs here this evening. Of course, one of our correspondents tuning in tonight, Dan Borseth from the Aitkin Anglers. They're going to be in action coming up here, next month? Next weekend,
next week.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Down at Lake of the Ozarks.
Yep, heading down there, heading south on the 12th to fish their last tournament of the year there on the 15th. And again, good luck to the Aitkin Anglers as they head south.
Yeah, I know that they had a really good turnout for their fish fry fundraiser and had a good turnout for some of those raffle prizes and all that money going right towards the program, the Aitkin Anglers fishing program. And I know that they had really good record numbers this year in participation and Good for the Aitkin Anglers, a team that is growing and is a fun little group to have, especially around this area.
Oh, it is. It's still relatively new for the area, and again, hats off to all the boat captains that donate their time and get all these kids out for fishing. It's turned out to be a really good competitive sport and just fun to see everybody out on the water.
Aitkin Anglers, of course, all the competitive groups, teams as well. Of course, this week, with it being homecoming, we've been treated especially for those home volleyball matches with national anthem performances, concert choir, the madrigals also sang as well for the national anthem, and of course for those home sporting events. Quick look at our out-of-town scoreboard. We did get a halftime score. Pequot Lakes up at halftime, 35-12. They got 2 scores in the final minute of that first half against Pillager, that being on Cash 95.9 3WI FM. And other halftime scores before we get started here with the second half. Again, Crosby Ironton up 28-0 against Hinckley Finlayson. Their homecoming matchup. Southridge up 28-0 at halftime against McGregor. A tight one down in Isle. It is Mille Lacs trailing Northwood 6-0 at the halftime break, while that being the other score here this evening with our broadcast here tonight. So Gobblers will come out defensively here to start the second half. We'll get this last break in. Third quarter action comes up as the Gobblers trail the Mora Mustangs 29-20 on yourliveevent.com.
I'm dreaming of a world where thinkers and doers collide, where technology creates pathways for new opportunities and ideas. I want to ask questions and shape the answers that lead to real and meaningful advancements in this digital era. I'm going to innovate the world someday.
Riverwood Healthcare Center in Aitkin provides total joint care for shoulders, elbows, hips, knees, hands, and wrists. Our team of highly skilled orthopedic surgeons use innovative procedures to increase mobility and reduce pain. Get back to the activities you enjoy. Learn more at riverwoodhealthcare.org. Riverwood Healthcare, your trusted leader for orthopedics and sports medicine.
I'm dreaming of a world where everyone has the opportunity for education, where classrooms are not only a place to learn, but to make an impact. I will help the next generation of game changers and difference makers. I am going to teach the world someday.
Welcome back to yourliveevent.com here with our third quarter, moments away from starting. Paul Vold, Lance Bauman on the call for the Aitkin Gobblers against the Mora Mustangs. Mora leads 29-20 here going into the third quarter of football tonight. An offensive performance in this first half. See if things tighten up defensively for both sides here and see if we get ourselves a whale of a second half. Again, Gobblers will kick off the second half to the Mora Mustangs, so we'll see that offense for the Mustangs come out of the halftime locker room. Fresh 12 minutes on our scoreboard, 29-20. 3 touchdowns in the first half for Brock Fulkema. He came out late in that second quarter just before halftime with an apparent injury, and Jacob Williams also with 3 touchdowns in the first half for the Aitkin Gobblers. Gobblers will be kicking off from the north end zone towards the south end zone here on yourliveevent.com, so we'll see the Mora Mustangs go south to north. Homecoming night tonight here from Aitkin High School, also tackle cancer night and alumni night here for the Aitkin Gobblers. Speaking of a few alumni, I saw a few down on the sideline for the Aitkin Gobblers that were in attendance down on the sideline, former players for the Gobblers that joined tonight's fun and festivities. Of course, homecoming dance coming up tomorrow for the Gobblers. Get a night of rest for these football players and rest up and hopefully have a good, safe time tomorrow with the homecoming dance. Nathan Price will kick off for the Gobblers as he'll tee it up, shoot one down the length of the field. Fulkema will field it from the 15-yard line. Kicking back outside to the Mora sideline. He'll go to about the 40 to about the 45. Flag thrown on the play right around the 35-yard line. We'll see the penalty right out of the halftime locker room, as it'll be marked right at the 35-yard line. Looks like a penalty against the official point towards Aitkin, or is it going to be against Mora? It looks like it will be against Mora. It is against Mora. Initially, he pointed towards the side of Aitkin, but I think he was pointing at the flag.
Yep.
That was marked at the 35. Maybe a block in the back, it looked like, and that'll push the Mustangs even further back. So the Gobblers will come out defensively. Second penalty of the night for the Mustangs right out of the halftime locker room with 11:52 to play in quarter number 3. Avery Nelson in the first half, 1 of 2 passing, 62 yards and a touchdown. Again, that connection going to Brock Folkema. 3 touchdowns in the first half for Folkema, with also the other one going to Nolan McGaw. 29-20 on the scoreboard for the Mora Mustangs. Handoff to the right side. Minimal gain on first down for Mora. Gain of about maybe 2 or 3 yards. The run made by Brock Folkema will be his first run of the second half for about a 2-yard gain. Folkema now up to 9 carries here in this contest. Finished the first half, 105 yards, 2 touchdowns, rushing, 1 receiving. 11:22 to go here in this third quarter. First series of the second half. Nelson will go under center, right behind his 6'7" center. He'll give handoff Folkema right side. Try to get to the edge. He'll get there, and we'll get a second and third effort up to the 40-yard line. 13-yard run from Folkema will move the chains for the Mora Mustangs. Their 8th first down, and it will move them first down and 10 right at the 40-yard line of Aitkin. 11:02 to go here, and counting lesser and lesser to start off this second half. First drive of the second half for either team, this one belonging to the Mora Mustangs, as they won the toss and elected to defer to the second half. Nelson under center, handoff, bouncing left, down towards the right for Folkema once again into territory. That being actually, I believe that's number 26 on the carry, and Rademacher. 28 actually. And Mason Nelson was at the 40 of Aitkin. Now it's at the 40-yard line of the Gobblers. Mason Nelson with a 20-yard run and another first down for the Mustangs. First down and 10 into Gobbler territory for the first time here in this second half for the Mustangs. Avery Nelson back under center. He'll give handoff left side, cutting it back towards the middle. Good push on that drive for the good run from Connor Kamal. Now setting up about a 6-yard run on first down.
Stop by Walker Jones.
Making it now 2nd and 4 for the Mustangs into the Gobbler end of the field. 2nd and 4 from the 34-yard line. Ball spotted right in the middle of the field. A little favoring towards that far side. Nelson under center, giving handoff to Nolan McGaw. Good push through the line of scrimmage, and Alex Palm with a tackle for a loss. A big tackle for a loss for the Gobblers. That'll push it back to 3rd down and 9. A 5-yard loss on that carry for Nolan McGaw. First carry of the second half, he's driven backwards. Alex Palm came right through that line of scrimmage, even getting off the blocker. 3rd down and 9, ball at the 39-yard line of Aitkin for the Mora Mustangs. Avery Nelson back under center, 3-man backfield once again. Faking handoff. Now we'll go running right up the middle. Nolan McGaw will get that lost yardage back, but not enough to warrant a first down. He gets about, we'll say about 3 yards for Nolan McGaw. 4th down and about, we'll say a good 6 yards to go. Not seeing any change from the sideline to the offensive unit here, facing 4th and 6. Ball needs to get to the 30-yard line for a first down. Avery Nelson comes over from the sideline to get the play call into his teammates with a knee down in the middle of the huddle. Quickly to line of scrimmage, Avery Nelson under center. 6 yards to get. Left side, Connor Gamal gets to the edge. Can the Gobblers get there? It's going to be close, and he will get the first down. It looks like 4th down and 6, and the Mustangs convert from the 36. They'll go down to about the 20. Looks like to about the 29-yard line, or are they going to say here? It looks like to about the 27, so a 9-yard run for Connor Gamal and another first down for the Mustangs. 10th first down in total, third of this second half already. 8:21 to go in the third quarter. First drive of the second half. Under center, Avery Nelson, left side. Gamal once again gets the call for a minimal gain from the 27 down to about the 25.
Stop by Kane Byrne, Jacob Williams.
Clock will continue to run with 8 minutes to go here in quarter number 3. Converting on 4th and 6 for the Mustangs. And they converted, especially when the Gobblers did get that big tackle for a loss from Alex Palm here on this drive alone to set up 3rd and long. Then they set up 4th and medium. But the Mustangs did convert. 3 running backs in. We get movement at the line of scrimmage. Flag thrown at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a procedural penalty against the Mustangs. It'll be a false start against the Mustangs. It'll back them up 5 yards. 3rd down. And it looks like it'll still be second down, Second down and about 13 to go. Ball will be moved back to the 30-yard line of Aitkin. 7:40 to go here on YourLiveEvent.com. Paul Volt, Lance Bauman on the call with Linfield Hines on the camera. 29-20, a timeout taken out on the field. Officials timeout maybe. Not seeing any signal of either team calling a timeout. The official from the near side of the field coming over to talk the white hat. 7:32 to go. Clock is stopped here as the officials down on the field talking things over. 2nd and 13. And we will get confirmation down here on the field. 7:32. Clock is stopped. And clock will now wind. 2nd and 13, ball at the 30-yard line, I should say. Mora breaks the huddle. Single wingback formation, pitch to the left. Connor Gamal, he'll get out on the edge. He'll get down to the 25. It's very close. Getting it closer, I should say. Cutting the down and distance in half now from about an 8-yard run from Connor Gamal, who's getting the bulk of the carries here in this second half to start off. 7 minutes to go, 3rd down and about 6 yards to go for the Mora Mustangs. Under 7 to go, clock continues to run. This is the first drive of the second half for either team. Mora's working the clock here with now 5 minutes and change on this drive alone. Now they'll break the huddle late, get settled under center. Handoff left side for Gamal once again. Short of the marker for only about 3 yards. Craig Ashton on the carry for, I should say on the tackle.
Yeah.
He did carry that player to the ground, safely of course. Craig Ashton that was. The offensive carry went to Connor Gamal. Facing 4th down and 4, 2 yards on that run for Connor Gamal. Up to 14 carries tonight. 2nd, 4th down this drive for the Mora Mustangs, and even on this half of the field for them in Aitkin territory. Now 6 minutes have gone by. Pressure from the line of scrimmage, seeing the Gobblers wanting to rush. Changing things up. And a timeout taken by Mora as Avery Nelson had no interest in snapping that football. 5:50 to go here in the third quarter. It's the first drive of the second half. 6+ minutes have been taken off the board by the Mustangs. We'll take a quick timeout as well on YourLiveEvent.com.
Schools. Keep informed with district news and information for parents, families, students, and staff with your visit to the Aitkin School website at home.isd1.org. Our mission at Aitkin Schools is to empower students to be lifelong learners and citizens by maximizing community, parent, and staff involvement while developing high expectations and achievement in a safe learning environment. We are ISD1.
Welcome back here on YourLiveEvent.com as it is 4th down and 4 from the 21 of Aitkin. Mora has the football, second 4th down on the drive. It's the first drive of the second half, and the Mustangs have the football with 5:50 to play in quarter number 3. Offense remains out on the field for the Mora Mustangs. Avery Nelson will break the huddle under center. Now spreading out, single wing back, confusion out on the line of scrimmage for the Mustangs, but Avery Nelson will snap. Handoff, short of the line to gain. It's going to be right on top of the yard marker. It was short from number 28 in Mason Nelson, and Craig Ashton on one good leg made the tackle. A turnover on downs. Gobblers get the football. The turnover on downs will give Aitkin first down and 10. Ball at their own 19-yard line with 5:47 to play in the third quarter.
That was a big stop for the Gobblers. They need that for sure.
Even after so much time taken off here to start the third quarter, Gobbler offense will break the huddle. Braden Smith under center, one receiver towards his left, split backfield once again, Tanner Nissen and Jacob Williams. They'll give handoff Williams right side, minimal gain on first down for him, maybe about a yard if he's lucky. They will give 1 yard to Jacob Williams. Now in total, 124 yards rushing unofficially tonight. As the Gobblers now second down and 9 from their own 20, with Braden Smith finishing the first half. 1 of 1 passing for 12 yards. Again, that one catch to Alex Palm. Rushing scores, Jacob Williams 3 times in the first half. 29-20. Our score with 5:12 to play here in the third quarter. Smith back under center. Lone receiver and Eli Christie fakes the high snap, and it'll be a run to Tanner Nissen. Mora was not fooled on that one. A tackle for a loss as Tanner Nissen will go down in the backfield for a loss of about at least 2, if not 3 yards, as the Gobblers unable to come out with anything positive on that play. The tackle made by number 57, I think it was. No, it was number 71. That being Alan Ramberg off the defensive line in scrimmage, and also Dylan Adams, number 55. 3rd down and 13. Smith under center, one receiver towards his left of the line of scrimmage, rolling back to pass. Looking downfield, he's going to look towards the sideline. It is going to be tipped up and out of play, and it will be a pass incomplete. 4th down and 13 after the pass incompletion. Contact looking for the football, but it will go incomplete. 4th and long, and the Gobblers will punt the football to Mora. Gobblers go 3 and out to start here in the second half with 4:23 to play in the third quarter. We'll see. Maybe a late substitution checking in here for the Gobblers as we wait here for the punt formation to break huddle. And that's going to force a timeout, I believe, by the Aitkin Gobblers to take one here with 4:23 to play in the third quarter. We'll just keep it right here for the time being. Looks like late third quarter, Northwood's on top of Mille Lacs 12-6 as Sam Bison for Mille Lacs getting a 70-yard touchdown pass for the Mille Lacs Raiders. Friendly reminder once again, coming up tomorrow morning on KKIN AM 930 FM 103.1 The Gobblers, Saturday Sports Wrap, 10 a.m. start time. No Gophers to worry about this week. Gophers on their bye week, even after they got punched in the mouth last week against the Purdue Boilermakers to spoil homecoming. As they lost to Purdue, now 4-1 on the season, the Golden Gophers. Of course, as soon as they got ranked, of course, that's when they decided to lose against Purdue, but never keep your eye off Purdue, especially come football season in the Big Ten Conference. Nonetheless, we're at 29-20. Third quarter, 4th and 13. Gobblers will punt the football. Back deep to receive. The punt will be Trenton 4 for the Mora Mustangs. Nathan Price, the punter, at the 5-yard line. Movement at the line. Nothing called as a good end-over-end punt. Trenton 4 will field it at the 45 of Aitkin. Pushed along the sideline. Trenton 4 up to the 25. Pushed out of bounds just shy of that 20-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 for the Mora Mustangs as they got a good return out of Trenton 4. 4 fielded about the 45-yard line. He gets it up to about the about the 26-yard line or so. The 22-yard line, they're going to mark that football. So a net punt, unfortunately, of only about 5 yards even after that return. First down and 10 for the Mora Mustangs, who rattled off almost a 7-minute drive to begin the third quarter. Handoff left side. Minimal gain. I believe number Connor Gamal for about 2 yards on that run for him. Under 4 to play in quarter number 3. Second down and 10. Gobblers down by 9 at 29-20 here on YourLiveEvent.com. Of course, powered to you by the Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. 3:40 to go, breaking the huddle. Avery Nelson and the offense for the Mora Mustangs. Inside the line of scrimmage, handoff Folkema right side. Trying to cut back towards the middle. He will get nothing beyond those 2 yards that he got on that rush for Brock Folkema. His third carry of the second half. Total of, looks like 122 yards rushing unofficially tonight with those 2 rushing scores and a receiving touchdown. That receiving touchdown, the first one of the night for the Mora Mustangs. Third down and 10, counting lesser and lesser in this third quarter. Ball is at, looks like the 18-yard line. It's 3rd and 7. Gobbler defense could use another push here on the line of scrimmage. Under center, Nelson going back to pass, looking deep. Deep set drop, throws over towards his left. It is going to be caught in the end zone. Touchdown for the Mora Mustangs. Caught by number 6 in Joseph Baki. His first catch of the night from the 18 and a touchdown for the Mora Mustangs. Baki with his first catch of the night and puts the Mora Mustangs up 35-20 with a 2-point attempt coming up. To open up the third quarter scoring with 2:45 to play in the third quarter. Mora finds the end zone on their second drive. 2-point attempt coming up. 18-yard touchdown pass from Avery Nelson to Joseph Baki. Nelson will go under center for the 2-point attempt. He'll go right side, cutting it back towards the middle for number 33 in Nolan McGaw. Nowhere to go for him. So it'll be 35-20 our score on the scoreboard. 2:45 to play in the third quarter. YourLiveEvent.com.
I'm dreaming of a world where the crack of a bat is not just a hobby, but a lifestyle. Where I can build upon long traditions from the ground up. I want to work in an industry where all people can make their own field of dreams become reality. I'm going to elevate the world of sports someday.
Welcome back to YourLiveEvent.com. 35-20, Mora on top of the Aitkin Gobblers with 2:45 to play in the third quarter. Gobblers giving up a short field for the Mustangs tonight on that previous series. Set up at the 22-yard line, and the Mustangs capitalized an 18-yard touchdown pass from Avery Nelson to Joseph Baki, his first catch of the night, as Avery Nelson now 2 passing touchdowns in this contest. Earl Lopez, a pop-up kick, fielded just at the 15-yard line for Jacob Williams. Cuts right, now goes back to the left. Far sideline, he'll get up to about the 30-yard line before being tackled. Gobblers will be set up first down and 10 at their own 30-yard line. Gobbler offense looking to get back out on the field after unfortunately starting their second half going 3 and out and then having to force not only a punt but having to give up a timeout too with some of the confusion, getting an extra player out for the Gobblers, I should say. And it'll be first down and 10 for Aitkin from their own 30-yard line. 2:39 to go in the third quarter. Back to that pistol set for Braden Smith. Men in motion. Keeping it himself will be Braden Smith. Minimal gain on first down for about 2 yards. Smith will get actually about 1 yard on that carry. Getting a couple of blockers in front of him. Braden Smith, his second carry of the night. Short gain. We'll see Ian McNevin check in for John McGraw. A little over 2 to play here in quarter number 3, 2nd down and 9 from the 31. Ball spotted right in the middle of the field. Gobblers will break the huddle. Ian McNevin, that is. Split out to the right side. Shotgun. Pistol set now for Braden Smith. Low snap. Fielding it towards his right. Pass complete to Jacob Williams. Up to the 30 to the 35. Falling forward for a connection of about 6 yards for Jacob Williams. And we get a stoppage here out on the field. Looks like a Mora Mustang down on a knee. Ball will be put up from about the 31 to about the 37. So 6-yard pass completion. Braden Smith to Jacob Williams. Williams' first catch of the evening is the Mustang. Now back up under his own power, Nolan McGaw. As he will come over to the sideline, or at least try to get off to the sideline with his athletic trainer for the Mora Mustangs. Minute 48 to go here in the third quarter. It'll be 3rd down and about 3.5, 4 yards to go. Gobblers need to get to the 40-yard line for a first down. Gobblers changing things up offensively after going 3 and out on their first drive, and need to get something going here, down by 2 scores going into the late stages of this third quarter. Gobblers break the huddle. Braden Smith with Alex Palm and also Nissen and Williams in the backfield. Go to Nissen, left side, gets a couple blocks in front. We got a flag on the play. It's going to be good enough for a first down on the run for Tanner Nissen, but some dirty laundry out on the field right near the original line of scrimmage. Official marks a first down, but a flag on the play as well. The official was marking first down. We would have let it happen. But Mora's coaching staff pointing adamantly down on the field for that flag. Looks like we got a sideline warning against Mora. Flag was thrown about the 36. It is a first down for Aitkin.
Yep.
From the line of scrimmage. They're going to allow the play to happen. A 5-yard run from Tanner Nissen will set them up first down and 10 from the, looks like about the 42-yard line. High snap, misdirection handoff. Jacob Williams out on the edge, the midfield, 45-40, 35-30, flag thrown on the play. It'll go down to the sideline. Awkward tackle down to about the 15-yard line, but a flag thrown out on the edge. We'll see if this will stand on the flag thrown right around the area of a block from a Gobbler. But a big solid run and pushing momentum towards the Aitkin side will confirm this penalty that was thrown. And it looks like it'll be against the Aitkin Gobblers, unfortunately. Minute 21 to go here in the third quarter after Gobblers receive a big run from Jacob Williams. Penalty marker marked to about the 45 of Mora. So I'll mark off the penalty yardage from the spot of the foul. Will be a holding against Aitkin, 10 yards from that spot. Will be first down and about 8 yards to go. Unfortunately, that's Aitkin's second penalty of the night and a costly one after that huge run from Jacob Williams. 35-20 our score, minute 18. Clock continues to run. Braden Smith over from the sideline. 1st and 7, they're going to say, from the 45 of Aitkin. Ball needs to get across midfield for a fresh set of downs for the Gobblers. Smith under center. Stoppage now here out on the field. I believe a timeout taken. Timeout taken by Mora. Take a quick timeout as well. Minute 3 to go in quarter number 3 here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Unfortunate mishap, you want the best in quality body work. You need to take it to Aitkin Body Shop. They can handle any collision or auto glass repair, and they have a state-of-the-art facility and technology. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit them at 421 North Minnesota Avenue. Towing services also available. Give them a call at 218-927-2883. Remember the name that stands for quality and trust. That's Aitkin Body Shop, providing exceptional auto body collision and paint repair since 1974.
Welcome.
Welcome back here on YourLiveEvent.com. Minute 3 to play in quarter number 3. Aitkin Gobblers, Mora Mustangs, 35-20. Mora on top. Gobbler offense looking to strike here. Fortunately, a penalty has set them back. They would have had 1st and 10 from about the 15-yard line of Mora, but now they currently sit 1st and 7 from their own 45-yard line. Paul Vold, Lance Bauman on the call here. Gobblers offense starting off the second half by going 3 and out, but moving the football here on their second opportunity here in the second half. It'll be Braden Smith under center. Pitches it left side for the big red machine, and Kane Byrne out on the line of scrimmage trying to fight his way forward, waiting and hesitating, but maybe just waiting for something to happen. Flag thrown after the play as Kane Byrne was about a 2-yard run credited, but a flag thrown very late on the play across the field on the Mora sideline. Maybe a late hit or something on that far side of the field. Unsportsmanlike conduct, we can only wonder until our officiating staff tells us otherwise, as Kane Byrne, waiting for the blocks to be set, gets a couple of yards into the Mora bench, and then that's when the extracurricular activities occurred. 55 seconds to go here in this third quarter, and a long discussion from our officiating staff down on the field. We'll get confirmation here on the penalty. There was a flag thrown well after the play was over, at least a good 3-4 seconds after Kane Byrne went out of bounds, but apparently that wasn't enough for the blue helmeted players on the far side of the field. But again, we can only suspect. Now our officiating staff will break their huddle, and we'll get official comment from our referee as Coach Hills will come over from the sideline as well. Now we're looking back as our referee. Unnecessary roughness against Aitkin. Unnecessary roughness called against Aitkin apparently as he went out of bounds. I'm just going to assume that it was Kane Byrne as he was out of bounds on that far side, maybe a teammate, but nonetheless, a penalty against Aitkin that would have been second and about 5 yards to go is going to be still second down, but it's going to be second down at about 20 to 25 yards as the ball will go back to about the 20 to the 30-yard line, excuse me. Say about the 32, it looks like. It will be Aitkin's ball further on their own end of the field, unfortunately. 35-20 the score. Under center, Braden Smith, split backfield once again to Jacob Williams. Fighting his way forward, takes a Mora Mustang with him. Good lean on the run from Jacob Williams for about 10 yards, setting up third and about 15 yards to go for him. 43 seconds to go. Gobblers down 2 scores at 35-20. Braden Smith will break the huddle for his teammates. 30 seconds to go. Gobblers get one more play off here before the end of the quarter. Smith under center. Williams, Nissen in the backfield with Alex Palm in there as well. Third down and 13. Pitch to the right side. Jacob Williams trying to cut it back up the middle. He'll get only about 2 yards on the run with 15 seconds to go until the start of the fourth quarter. Only one score here in the third quarter, and that's putting up Mora by 2 scores at 35-20. We will head to the fourth and final quarter here after a break here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Schools. Keep informed with district news and information for parents, families, students, and staff with your visit to the Aitkin School website at home.isd1.org. Our mission at Aitkin Schools is to empower students to be lifelong learners and citizens by maximizing community, parent, and staff involvement while developing high expectations and achievement in a safe learning environment. We are ISD1.
Welcome back to YourLiveEvent.com. Fourth quarter action, moments away from the start here. As this second half has developed, it has certainly gotten more and more of a tight ball game, even with a 2-score advantage for the Mora Mustangs and the Aitkin Gobblers. Paul Vold, Lance Bauman on the call of this contest here tonight. Lance, Gobbler offense definitely needs to convert points here on this drive.
They do. They got to start going for the ball and hopefully cause a fumble the best they can. They need turnovers and they need to get the ball.
It'll be 4th down and 12 for the Gobblers as we will watch and see what occurs here. A fresh quarter, 12 minutes left in this fourth quarter of regulation. Punt team out onto the field. Trenton 4 will be back, setting up to about the 20-yard line of his own half of the field. As we will see, Nathan Price punting the football. High spiraling punt that will bounce to about the 30-yard line. Takes a gobbler bounce to the 20 and kicks inside to about the 18-yard line, as the Gobblers did get a little bit of help on that bounce from Veterans Field here this evening. 11:49 to play here in this fourth quarter on YourLiveEvent.com. Paul Vold, Lance Bauman, Linfield Hines on camera duty here tonight. Gobbler defense needs to start pinning their ears back and hold that line of scrimmage and shut down anything in between the tackles. Offense for the Mora Mustangs here in this second half. Again, started off the second half with a near 7-minute drive. And that was capitalized. Well, it wasn't capitalized. The drive afterwards, 2:45 left, did come up with a touchdown as well. Running right up the middle, minimal gain for Brock Folkema. Update our scoreboard to say the correct quarter at least. At least we'll try here. Folkema with a minimal gain. No gain on the play. Actually, a gain of about 2 yards for him. Setting up 2nd and 9 it will be. Down to about the 22. We'll put it right at the 20, actually, I should say. Ball was originally spotted at the 18. 11:20, clock will continue to roll. Nelson under center. Give handoff, right side, no gain. Keeping himself, Avery Nelson down the sideline. He's at the 40 to the 45, cuts it back. He's in the open field into Aitkin territory at the 30 to the 20. Ankle tackle not there. Will he go the distance? Yes, he will, to the end zone. An 80-yard touchdown run for Avery Nelson. Just his second carry of the night with 11 minutes to go, 41-20. In the fourth quarter against the Mora Mustangs. Aitkin Gobblers are down. 2-point attempt coming up with, again, 11:01 to play in this fourth quarter. Mora now with 3 unanswered touchdowns. 2 of them coming here in the second half. 80-yard run for Avery Nelson. Extra point coming up from Arrow Lopez. Lopez, high snap. They'll try and kick it anyway. Kick is blocked. And that will end that opportunity. But 41-20, Aitkin Gobblers trail against the Mora Mustangs. Avery Nelson with a 80-yard touchdown run on YourLiveEvent.com.
My roots run deep. I dream of a world where planting a seed can bring forth the food and knowledge our world needs right now. The field is my classroom, and I have the power to make a difference. I am going to feed the world someday.
Welcome back here to YourLiveEvent.com. 41-20 our score. 3 unanswered touchdowns now for the Mora Mustangs. One of them coming just before halftime. 2 here in the second half. And it punctuated thus far an 80-yard touchdown run most recently by Avery Nelson, as the Mora Mustangs now lead 41-20 against the Aitkin Gobblers. Paul Vold, Lance Bauman on the call here tonight, as Mora taking their time coming off the sideline here after the touchdown run from Avery Nelson. 41-20 our score here. Still 11 minutes to play in this contest. Now a 3-score affair in favor of the Mustangs.
Gobblers getting tired here into the fourth quarter here.
Jacob Williams, the lone returner for the Gobblers, but they do bring in a little extra help on the back end as well. I think Walker Jones back there, Alex Palm, and even Tanner Nissen just in front of Jacob Williams. It'll be a pop-up kick as Alex Palm will field it right to about the 30-yard line. He'll fall forward to about the 40 and hangs on to the football, just sliding ahead to about the 40-yard line. First down and 10 for the Gobblers at their own 40-yard line. You know, the way Alex Palm kind of fielded, he almost looked like Rob Gronkowski there for a second, just kind of shuffling the feet. I'm not going to say big and clunky, but Alex Palm.
He covered some ground, though.
Great kid as well. And, of course, homecoming king for the Aitkin Gobblers as well. But a good return nonetheless for Alex Palm. Does have a kickoff return touchdown here this season. First down and 10, handoff right up the middle for Walker Jones. First carry for him tonight, driven down for about a 3-yard gain. About 4 yards there for Walker Jones, his first carry of the evening. Falling forward for about 4 yards for him tonight. 42 for the Gobblers and Walker Jones. Second down and 6 with 10.5 to play. Gobblers quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Braden Smith under center. Split backfield once again. Giving handoff right side for Jacob Williams. No second effort after the initial tackle for about 3 more yards. Injury timeout down on the field is Jacob Williams with another 3 yards on his carry. 10-17 to play here with third down and about 4 yards to go as officiating staff calls for the official timeout, injury timeout, and also athletic training staff out on the field for the Mustangs and also the Gobblers as well. 10-17 to play in the fourth quarter. A couple out-of-town scoreboard updates. Most recently seeing here for the coverage on Homegrown Local Radio and also YourLiveEvent.com. 43-0 Crosby Ironton on top of Hinckley Finlayson. 28-0 looks like it will be with the Southridge-McGregor game. Southridge on top of McGregor. 28-0. And just getting an update, Pequot Lakes up 55-18 after the third quarter against the Pillager Huskies. 10 minutes to go, third down and 3 for the Aitkin Gobblers. Braden Smith back under center for Aitkin. One receiver towards the right side. Handoff right up the middle. Walker Jones falling forward. It's going to be right on top of the yard marker to make, depending on the spot of the football. It is going to be close, and seeing a few heads shaking. It is short by about 1 length of the football. Or are we going to see if we can get it? No, it will be short. Needed 3. Walker Jones gets 2. Fourth down and 1. Clock will continue to go. Braden Smith over from the sideline after getting consultation from Coach Alan Hills. Under 10 to go in the fourth quarter. 41-20, Gobblers trail. One receiver to the right side. That'll be Smith back under center. Jones at a split backfield of Nissen and Williams. Keeper by Smith. Diving forward. It's going to be close depending on this spot. I think the initial spot says first down. We'll get the sea of bodies to part. Braden Smith on the keeper. On the spot of the football here, it's a halfway decent spot. I don't know if we're going to have to bring him in or not here on the carry. Their official trying to get the bird's eye view. First down for the Gobblers, they're going to say. That will move the chains. First down and 10 for Aitkin. Thought maybe for a second we're going to have to get our chain gang measurement, brought to you by Stonemark Land Surveying. For your property boundary measurement needs, you can visit stonemarksurvey.com, where every foot counts. Right now, every play counts for the Gobblers. 9:20 to go here. First down and 10 from the 49 of Mora. Down by 3 scores. Misdirection handoff again for Jacob Williams, cutting back towards the middle. He will be wrestled down. For a gain of about 5 yards, it will be for Jacob Williams. Under 9 to play, second down and about 6 yards to go. 41-20, Jacob Williams with all 3 scores here tonight for Aitkin. Started off the ball game, 1 play, 75 yards to the house. Smith back under center once again. Lone receiver right side, that is, I believe, Eli Christie out there. The lone receiver, back to pass, Braden Smith. He's going to be taken down, wrestled down by Joseph Bakke. First sack of the night for either team, and Bakke wrestles down. That being Braden Smith, ill-timed on the sack. Now facing third down and a solid 16 yards to go, maybe even 17 for Aitkin. It pushes it past midfield back into Gobbler territory. We'll say third down and 17. Ball needs to get to 39 of Mora for that first down and to keep this ball game moving for Aitkin. Under center, Smith. 3rd and 17, back to pass, looking sideline, look for the Eli Christie. It is going to be incomplete as it could have been picked off twice by Mora. Initially in to try and pick it off, Connor Gamal, he comes up incomplete. 4th and 17, incomplete pass from Braden Smith as he was looking for Eli Christie down the sideline. 7:44 to go. 4th and 17, ball is at the Gobbler 44. And you see the offense for Aitkin still out on the field. Smith will have Eli Christie, the lone receiver, Tanner Nissen, Jacob Williams with Walker Jones in the backfield. Sending out Williams. He'll go to the left slot, under center. Smith back to pass through the middle. He'll try and connect with Jacob Williams. He will. He's at the 50 to the 45. Needs to get down to the sideline, pushing his way forward. Almost takes out a chain gang member, and it will be, looks like a first down for Aitkin, and we see stoppage on the far sideline against the Gobbler, and, well, looks like Jacob Williams is back up, but in the process, seeing a few people huddling around somebody on the far side of the field, but are they going to save? Turnover on downs. Did not get the first down, apparently. Did Jacob Williams. It was 4th and 17 on the spot. Looks like he got about 15 yards before getting pushed out of bounds. And a turnover on downs by the Aitkin Gobbler offense. 7:35 to play here in this 4th quarter. Gobblers down 41-20. Mora will come back out offensively, out onto the field. Avery Nelson, last time he touched the football, he went 80 yards to the end zone. 7.5 to go in this contest. Avery Nelson under center, giving handoff right side for Brock Folkema. Tackled right at the line of scrimmage, does not let him get beyond that line of scrimmage, maybe even about a half a yard on a loss.
Tanner Nissen, Walker Jones again on that stop on the outside.
Tanner had the initial contact on Folkema, and he did not let go even with Walker Jones in pursuit as well on the tackle. 7:15, clock continues to roll. 41-20 the score. Mora on top of the Aitkin Gobblers here on YourLiveEvent.com. Clock continues to roll, and it will be the Mustangs breaking the huddle finally offensively. Mustangs giving handoff. Keeping it will be Avery Nelson. He'll be tackled from behind, and Kane Byrne will let him go just before going out of bounds along the sideline. And Nelson loses a shoe, or no, lost his hand warmer on the sideline. And I think a player for the Mustangs, luckily enough, they're the area of Dr. Crone to allow the opportunity to get looked at Loss of about, we'll say about 2 yards for Avery Nelson as he was wrestled out of bounds by Kane Byrne. It looks like Connor Gamal will get looked at with 6:48 to play here in this contest. I'll give us a quick chance to allow our sponsors to thank our sponsors, I should say, real quick here. That's a quick timeout here on YourLiveEvent.com.
If your vehicle has an unfortunate mishap, you want the best in quality bodywork. You need to take it to Aitkin Body Shop. They can handle any collision or auto glass repair, and they have a state-of-the-art facility and technology. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit them at 421 North Minnesota Avenue. Towing services also available. Give them a call at 218-927-2883. Remember the name that stands for quality and trust. That's Aitkin Body Shop, providing exceptional auto body collision and paint repair since 1974.
Welcome back on YourLiveEvent.com. Connor Gamal able to get off the field under his own power, 41-20 with 6:48 to play. 2nd down and 10 from the 40-yard line for the Mora Mustangs. Paul Vold, Lance Bauman here with the Gobblers down by 3 scores. Drive being set up after a turnover on downs by the Gobblers, facing 4th and 17. Looked like they got about 15 yards and coming up short on that drive offensively for Aitkin. Clock continuing to roll with 6.5 to go. Mustangs taking their time as they want to work off as much clock as they can here in the last minutes of this contest. Looks like they will finally take a timeout with a near delay of game situation. 6:22 to go as it's 3rd down and 12, I should say, for the Mora Mustangs. Up by 3 scores, 41-20 this evening. Homecoming festivities for Aitkin. Final score over on Skeeter 101.5. 43-0 Crosby Ironton wins against Hinckley Finlayson.
Hats off to them on a great homecoming win.
Good for them. Aitkin tonight in homecoming, down 41-20 here at Veterans Field. Good reminder as well, we'll have more EuroLive event broadcasting coming up on Monday as the Aitkin volleyball team will be playing host to Hinckley Finlayson. That'll be Parents' Night from the Aitkin High School Gymnasium. We'll have coverage of that volleyball cast as well. Again, we'll start with the JV match right around 6 o'clock, and then varsity to schedule pregame right around 6:55 or so. Gobbler volleyball team the last weeks of their regular season with an 8-13 record, as the Gobblers now at 4-1 on the football side. 6:22 to go here in this 4th quarter. 41-20. 3rd down and 12. Avery Nelson goes back under center for the Mustangs. Gives handoff right up the middle for number 32, Tucker Haas, into Gobbler territory. Rips off a 20-yard run as he just went right through the middle of the defense as they weren't looking at him. Moves the chains, and now their 11th first down of the night. 1st down and 10 for the Mora Mustangs.
Nice little last-ditch effort from old Walker Jones again for that stop.
20-yard run for Tucker Haas. First carry of the second half. Under 6 to play in this 4th quarter. 1st down and 10 at the Gobbler 40-yard line for the Mustangs. Up by 3 scores at 41-20. Avery Nelson under center. Split backfield once again, giving handoff left side. Connor Gamal after the injury gets a lead block. He's down to the 30, cuts it back inside into about the 28-yard line, about a 12-yard run as he pushed forward his lineman and Brock Peterson for that extra shove, and another 1st down for the Mustangs. And we'll make it now 1st down and 10 right to the, looks like about the 30-yard line. 10 more yards for Connor Gamal, who has taken over this second half in the rushing category. 5.5 to go here in the contest. All momentum and offense in favor of the Mora Mustangs. Only 2 scores here in the second half, 1 in each quarter for Mora. They'll reach it out to a 3-score lead, 41-20 with 5 minutes to play. Faking the handoff. Running right up the middle was Avery Nelson as he gave handoff, I should say, up the middle. For, I believe it was Nolan McGaw on that carry. Yeah, it was McGaw for a short gain on about 3 yards for him. 2nd and 8. Ball inside to about the, we'll say about the 26. 4.5 to play. More final scores rolling in here as well. We're about 4.5 minutes away in regulation. Handoff left side. Connor Gamal tries to cut it back towards the middle. Dives towards the 1st down marker. Very close to that 1st down. And he's short by about half a yard. Needed about 4 yards to get. He gets about 3. Setting up 3rd down and 1. Needs to get to the 19-yard line. He gets to about the 20. 3rd down and 1 with under 4 to play in this 4th quarter. Huddle breaks offensively for Avery Nelson. Keeper by Nelson, punches his way forward for 1 yard. He needed to get a 1st down. He gets 3. That will move the chains for the Mora Mustangs and their 13th 1st down tonight. 3.5 to go. 1 more 1st down on this series. That's pretty much all she wrote for the Mustangs and the Gobblers tonight. We'll get change on the defensive line. I believe number 77 checking in for the Mustangs. Nick Carr for Craig Ashton. 3 minutes ago. Mustangs still yet to break the huddle. They will do so now. Avery Nelson under center. Giving handoff right side for number 21 in Folkema. Tries to cut it back towards the middle of the field. He'll just continue to drive his way forward from the 18-yard line. Going to see a bodies left and right. A flag on the play right at the 15-yard line. And we'll hold the phone here for just a moment. Exactly 2:59 to play as the clock is stopped with the flag out on the field. 2:59 to go here. It was a good gain on first down for Folkema. Holding against the offense of Mora from the spot of the foul, which was about the 15, and mark off that 10-yard penalty yardage. So we'll make it first down and about 18 yards to go. Fourth penalty of the night for Mora. Aitkin with 3, but 2 penalties in the second half have been costly for their offense. Clock will continue to roll now. Under 3 minutes to play. It's like we seem to be the last team standing, at least for our broadcast tonight. More and more scores continue to roll in with our games on the radio airwaves. 2:44 to go. Play clock nearing the last few moments. Nelson, handoff to Connor Gamal on the sweep to the left side. Gobbler black shirts trying to come through for a tackle, which they will after about 6 yards of positive carry for Connor Gamal.
Alex Baum on the stop on that one.
It looks like second down, about 13 to go with 2:15 to play. Clock continues to run. Down 3 scores at 41-20. And we will officially be the last team standing. The last other score that hadn't came in. And a common trend as of late with this Gobbler football team. Under 2 minutes to go, Avery Nelson will give handoff, running right up the middle. Tucker Haas from the 19 and fights his way near the end zone. He will go down just about to the 4-yard line. 15-yard carry for Tucker Haas. And with 1:48 to go, there'll be another first down for the Mora Mustangs. Their 14th first down, 7 in the first half, 7 in the second half. Just under 100 seconds left in this contest. Gobblers will fall to 4-2, while Mora will go back to 500 at 3-3 after starting the season 0-3. A kneel down from Avery Nelson. Smart move. No need to put one in. It's first down. You got 1:15 to go. A couple more knees. Off we go with our lives.
Yeah, just moving on.
Again, Mora will improve to 3-3 on the season. Started off 0-3, but now back at the 500 mark. Gobblers will go to 4-2 on the season when they close out, of course, their home schedule tonight. They'll be on the road Thursday at Esco. And then the week after, they'll be at Hibbing to finish off the regular season. Another kneel down by Avery Nelson. Now we'll pretty much finish things off here tonight. One more knee, and then we'll head to the post-game show.
Who are you thinking about, the big deal or the Enbridge Energy player of the game?
Well, that's going to be a tough play. We'll talk about that even more into the post-game show. We'll get those out-of-town scoreboard numbers rolling in, and then we will also finish things off here tonight. 20 points scored by Aitkin, 41 for the Mora Mustangs. 41-20, a final score for Mora over Aitkin to spoil homecoming for the Aitkin Gobblers. We'll take a break here. Post-game show coming up here on the other side of this break. Mora wins in Aitkin at Veterans Field here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Welcome to Aitkin Schools. Keep informed with district news and information for parents, families, students, and staff with your visit to the Aitkin School website at home.isd1.org. Our mission at Aitkin Schools is to empower students to be lifelong learners and citizens by maximizing community, parent, and staff involvement while developing high expectations and achievement in a safe learning environment. We are ISD1.
My roots run deep. I dream of a world where planting a seed can bring forth the food and knowledge our world needs right now. The field is my classroom, and I have the power to make a difference. I am going to feed the world someday.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you.
Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day, and is done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
I'm dreaming of a world where thinkers and doers collide, where technology creates pathways for new opportunities and ideas. I want to ask questions and shape the answers that lead to real and meaningful advancements in this digital era. I'm going to innovate the world someday.
Riverwood Healthcare Center in Aitkin provides total joint care for shoulders, elbows, hips, knees, hands, and wrists. Our team of highly skilled orthopedic surgeons use innovative procedures to increase mobility and reduce pain. Get back to the activities you enjoy. Learn more at riverwoodhealthcare.org. Riverwood Healthcare, your trusted leader for orthopedics and sports medicine.
Welcome back to Veterans Field in Aitkin tonight as the Gobblers fall tonight against the Mora Mustangs on homecoming on yourliveevent.com 41-20 as the Aitkin Gobblers fall against Mora Mustangs. Paul Vold, Lance Bauman here on the post-game show from Veterans Field tonight. Lance, unfortunately, you know what? It was a shootout to start off, but if you can't convert, unfortunately, it just wasn't the Gobblers' way tonight.
Not tonight, you know, and it is what it is. You know, you got to play ball and one game at a time, and if there's a penalty against you or the momentum starts sliding and stuff, you got to just stop, hold your ground, and just keep playing forward. And unfortunately, as we got into the second half, made some adjustments, and it just did not quite work out for the Gobblers tonight.
Yeah, it just wasn't their way as it started off, of course, a fast and furious pace for both teams. We had 4 drives and 4 touchdowns. Then things started to slow down a little bit going into that second quarter. Well, of course, we'll run down the scores from this first half of football as, of course, the final home game of the season for the Aitkin Gobblers. It's homecoming. It's alumni night, tackle cancer night as well. A lot of people in the attendance, not only for Aitkin, but, of course, for Mora coming up and making the trip up here as well. And you know what? It's just an overall a football game that just went. The Mora, they were prepared here tonight, and they came out with the victory. That's
again,
how it works.
It's Mora's night tonight, and they've gone back and forth over the past years. And again, unfortunately, it is a big night for the Gobblers, and it just did not go their way. But hats off to Braden Smith again for his first start tonight. He did a pretty good job for a young kid. And, the other backups that they did on the defensive side, too, to help cover up for the couple of players that we lost, they all did a good job. But like anybody, I don't like losing either. I'm very sad and disappointed. But, again, now we work on to the next game. We get going. We'll be traveling next weekend to Esco, or next Friday night, or Thursday night, I'm sorry.
Thursday night, yep.
And, that's another big game for the Gobblers, and they're just going to have to, put their jockstrap on and get after it.
Exactly. Rest up, of course, with it being homecoming. Make smart and safe decisions as well. Before we get to a break here, run down the numbers from our contest, out-of-town scoreboard, and more. Let's talk about how we got to 41-20. Well, first play after a kickoff return from Jacob Williams. He went 75 yards into the end zone at 11:41 in the first quarter, make it 6-0. It was 6-6 with 9:55 left in the first quarter. The Mora Mustangs responded with a 62-yard touchdown pass from Avery Nelson to Brock Folkema to make it 62 yards on the next series. The responding series for Aitkin, they went down the field with a 3-yard touchdown run from Jacob Williams, which was set up on a 52-yard run from Alex Paul to make it 12-6 with 8:10 left in the first quarter. Then it was 13-12 with Mora responding on the next drive, with it being 1:56 left in the first quarter. 11-yard touchdown run from Brock Folkema. Second quarter, it was 21-12 with Mora getting a touchdown with 7:56 left. Brock Folkema, an 8-yard touchdown run with Connor Gamal running in the 2-point conversion. Gobblers went on a exactly 7-minute drive with a 5-yard touchdown run from Jacob Williams with 56 seconds left in the first half. Mora went down and got a touchdown. Nolan McGaw punched it in from 3 yards out, and then Connor Gamal finished it off with a 2-point conversion to go 29-20 into the halftime locker room. Then it was all Mora in that second half, scoring-wise at least. Aitkin had their chances multiple times to carve into the lead, 35-20 with 2:45 left in the third quarter. An 18-yard touchdown pass from Avery Nelson to Joseph Bakke, in which they converted 2 fourth downs on that series to get that touchdown. And then it was 41-20 with an 80-yard touchdown run and the dagger and finisher from Avery Nelson to make it 41-20 with 11:01 to play in the fourth quarter. Take another break here on the post-game show with the Aitkin Gobblers falling 41-20 against the Mora Mustangs. Run down these final numbers. We got a big deal player of the game and Enbridge. I bring the energy player of the game to pick, along with our out-of-town scoreboard still coming up as the Gobblers fall here against Mora on yourliveevent.com.
I'm dreaming of a world where everyone has the opportunity for education, where classrooms are not only a place to learn, but to make an impact. I will help the next generation of game changers and difference makers. I am going to teach the world someday.
Welcome to Aitkin Schools. Keep informed with district news and information for parents, families, students, and staff with your visit to the Aitkin School website at home.isd1.org. Our mission at Aitkin Schools is to empower students to be lifelong learners and citizens by maximizing community, parent, and staff involvement while developing high expectations and achievement in a safe learning environment. We are ISD1.
I'm dreaming of a world where the crack of a bat is not just a hobby, but a lifestyle. Where I can build upon long traditions from the ground up. I want to work in an industry where all people can make their own field of dreams become reality. I'm going to elevate the world of sports someday.
If your vehicle has an unfortunate mishap, you want the best in quality bodywork. You need to take it to Aitkin Body Shop. They can handle any collision or auto glass repair, and they have a state-of-the-art facility and technology. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit them at 421 North Minnesota Avenue. Towing services also available. Give them a call at 218-927-2883. Remember the name that stands for quality and trust. That's Aitkin Body Shop, providing exceptional auto body collision and paint repair since 1974.
Welcome to Aitkin Schools. Keep informed with district news and information for parents, families, students, and staff with your visit to the Aitkin School website at home.isd1.org. Our mission at Aitkin Schools is to empower students to be lifelong learners and citizens by maximizing community, parent, and staff involvement while developing high expectations and achievement in a safe learning environment. We are ISD1.
Welcome back here on the post-game show, yourliveevent.com. Aitkin Gobblers fall to the Mora Mustangs 41-20 here this evening on yourliveevent.com and, of course, with homegrown local radio. Let's get a look here at out-of-town scoreboard. Paul Vold here on the post-game show. Final scores on the Cash 95.9 3WI-FMC's Pequot Lakes take down Pillager 61-18, and Southridge also defeated McGregor on KKIN AM 930 FM 103.1 36-6. 28-6 the final score. Northwoods defeats Mille Lacs Knight down the road in Isle this evening. Well, the Crosby Ironton Rangers will have a good homecoming with a 43 to nothing that victory for Crosby Ironton over Hinckley Finlayson in the homecoming contest over at John Davies Field, just down the road in Crosby. Paul Vold here tonight. Gobblers fall by the score of 41-20 as we get a chance to look at more of our numbers from this contest with the Gobblers falling to the Mora Mustangs. We'll start with the visiting team, of course, that being the Mora Mustangs, now 3-3 on the season. 14 first downs in the contest tonight. They had 7 in the first half, finished the second half with 7, and finished with 4 penalties on the night did Mora. Leading the way, rushing Rise Brock Folkema, 124 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, also caught a 62-yard touchdown in total for his team tonight. Avery Nelson finishes 2 for 3 for 78 yards and 2 touchdowns here this evening. Nolan McGaw finished with 4 yards rushing and a touchdown here tonight as well. We'll get to the Aitkin numbers here in just a moment as we'll welcome into the postgame show Coach Alan Hills for your Aitkin Gobblers here tonight. Coach, unfortunately a tough one, especially from the very beginning. Both teams' offenses were rolling and a couple missed tackles on each side to start off tonight's contest.
Yeah, we talked all week about this being, 1950s style football with the two offenses you see, and we come out of the gates and put up 24 points in the first quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Not what we were expecting, but we got to do a little better job executing on the defensive side. Offensively, we played pretty well in the first half. We just weren't able to sustain that into the second half. We had our opportunities and shot ourselves in the foot a couple different times, but we got to start eliminating those mistakes. We talk about it way more than I would like to, and
right.
it's just not gone away. So,
Coach, how about the play of your starting quarterback tonight, Braden Smith, in his first start? How'd you feel about his performance tonight?
Yeah, Braden played great. We don't ever ask our quarterback to do a whole lot. Through one 50-50 ball, we would prefer he not, it's a deep ball shot, and we're willing to take our shot periodically, and you just got to get it out there a little further. But that's easily fixed. I thought he played a great game. He managed the game well, and that's a good physical football team that he was facing there. He didn't come out with a warm-up game here. So, he did a nice job of commanding the line of scrimmage and the huddle, and some things to fix, and some things that went really well for us. So,
Coach, we did see a little bit more success, especially late in the first half, going into the second half as well. You go from your wishbone offense to a little bit more of that pistol set as well. That did catch Mora by surprise a couple of times.
Yeah, everybody knows we do it. It's just really weird. We double gap our tight end, and we put a wing in the middle there, and nobody really is sure how to align to it. And it's something we've done for a few years now. We put a little new wrinkle in and went double tight out of it, but it's a quirky formation. There's not really a surefire way to align to it, because if you don't go inside of our tight end, we're going to run to the outside on you, and if you go too far, we're going to run inside on you. So, it's something that's given a lot of teams trouble. It's tough to see if you don't have an end zone view on it of exactly what's going on. It's something that's worked for us. We'd like to be a little more effective with it. It gives teams some fits, but we're not able to sustain things, it seems like, quite as efficiently as we'd like. But, some things to clean up.
Of course, Coach, next week, of course, last home game tonight, but 2 more road contests. Starts off with Esco next week. That is certainly going to be a good matchup and a tough quality opponent in Esco, as it has been the last few years.
I mean, I would put Esco, right there at maybe the best team in Class 3A. Yep. If they're not, they're one of 3 of them probably. Mm-hmm. They got Coy Parrish, extremely athletic kid. Mm-hmm. Big, physical, athletic. He can do a lot of things. So, we're going to have to find a way to keep him bottled up. I mentioned him, and they have about 5 other guys that can do a lot of things as well. So, they lost some stuff up front this year, which, we hope kind of plays into our hand a little bit. We're going to try to be physical and work the clock probably will be our plan of attack going into the week.
Well, Coach, we certainly appreciate the time for you coming on here, the post-game show. Look forward to talking to you next week, too.
Thanks again, Paul. Always appreciate it.
Coach Alan Hills for your Aitkin Gobblers joins us here on the post-game show. Gobblers, again, fall by the score, 41-20 here on yourliveevent.com. Looking at the Aitkin numbers here from our contest tonight, Jacob Williams finishes with, looks like 15 carries, 144 yards, 3 touchdowns tonight as well. Next leading rusher was Alex Palmer. He had 66 yards rushing. Braden Smith in his first start, 3 of 5 passing for 33 yards. 2 catches for Jacob Williams for 21 yards, and the other catch to Alex Palm for 12 yards. Gobblers did have in total looks like 11 first downs on the night, I should say. No, that being 9 first downs. That's not my strong suit after 9:30 on a Friday night. So 9 first downs for the Gobblers tonight, 3 penalties, both of them coming in the second half. Had only one in the first half, but again, 2 of them coming in the second half, which proved costly, especially for their offense that was trying to move with some success. We're going to take one more break here on the post-game show, then we'll start wrapping things up. Big deal player of the game, Enbridge Energy player of the game coming up here as the Gobblers fall against the Mora Mustangs, 41-20, yourliveevent.com.
My roots run deep. I dream of a world where planting a seed can bring forth the food and knowledge our world needs right now. The field is my classroom, and I have the power to make a difference. I am going to feed the world someday.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you.
Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day, and is done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
I'm dreaming of a world where thinkers and doers collide, where technology creates pathways for new opportunities and ideas. I want to ask questions and shape the answers that lead to real and meaningful advancements in this digital era. I'm going to innovate the world someday.
Welcome back for the final time tonight here, yourliveevent.com. Paul Vold here from Veterans Field in Aitkin tonight. Gobblers fall 41-20 against the Mora Mustangs. Time now here in the post-game show, pick our big deal player of the game, brought to you by Atwater Motors in Aitkin, formerly known as Brandel Motors in Aitkin, Riverwood Healthcare, Pizza Ranch in Baxter, Little Falls, W.W. Thompson Concrete Products in Brainerd, BigDealAuctions.com, Cuyuna Regional Medical Center, Tykes Carpet Castle in Brainerd, Shannon's Auto Body in Brainerd, as well as Takedown Gym in Brainerd. A big deal player of the game tonight, rushing for 144 yards, 3 touchdowns, all of them coming in the first half. Jacob Williams, our big deal player of the game here this evening. So a T-shirt and a certificate says I'm a big deal, and of course the T-shirt says I'm a big deal. Player of the game for the Pizza Ranch player. Of course, the big deal player of the game gets that Pizza Ranch certificate, good for a large pizza or 1 free buffet on the Pizza Ranch in Baxter and Little Falls. Now time also that we pick our Enbridge I Bring the Energy player of the game. Enbridge thanks you for supporting the Line 3 replacement project as construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we rely on every day. It was done thanks to the support of hardworking thousands of people. Thank you from Enbridge. Alex Palm, our Enbridge I Bring the Energy player of the game here tonight. Did have a quarterback sack, a reception from Braden Smith here as well. And our Enbridge I Bring the Energy player of the game, Alex Palm, for your Aitkin Gobblers. Of course, homecoming festivities do continue after tonight. Of course, the homecoming dance tomorrow for Aitkin High School. So hopefully all the kids have a fun, safe time tonight, going into tomorrow, and just a good weekend as well as the Gobblers fall back-to-back games here this evening. Their second loss in a row now, 4-2 on the season. Gobblers will hit the road Thursday. It's going to be a Thursday contest in Esco. It's going to be 5 o'clock kickoff. We'll have coverage on KKIN AM 930 FM 103.1. That will be a 4:30 pregame from Esco for the Aitkin Gobblers as they take on one of the top teams in Class 3A, that being the Esco Eskimos. Two more games and road contests in the end of the season for the Aitkin Gobblers, while Mora now 3-3 on the season. They'll be on the road next week. They'll be at home next week. They'll be taking on Proctor, as Mora Mustangs now 3-3 on the season. So as we wrap things up here with the post-game show tonight, Gobblers and the Mustangs, of course, finishing off tonight's contest 41-20, our final scores. Don't forget that coming up tomorrow, we'll start your day bright and early, 7 a.m. with NFL Fantasy Forecast on 3WI AM 1270, 96.3 FM. They'll have the Saturday Sports Wrap. We'll talk with our area coaches bright and early on KKIN AM 930, FM Translator 103.1. NDSU Bison back in action. They will have an 11 a.m. pregame start against Indiana State. The Sycamores, the fighting Larry Birds, if you will. That'll be 11 a.m. pregame on Talk 100 KLKS. We'll have no Golden Gopher football tomorrow, but we'll treat you a little NCAA football as well. Head on down to Georgia with Auburn at Georgia on 3WI AM 1270, 96.3 FM. That'll start at a 2 p.m. pregame. Then NHL preseason hockey with the Dallas Stars taking on the Minnesota Wild. It'll be a 4:45 pregame on KKIN AM 930 and FM Translator 103.1. That's just on Saturday. Sunday we'll have NFL all day long with the London game with the Packers and the Giants. Then we'll have Vikings-Bears, and then we'll have Bengals-Ravens. So we'll have football on pretty much all day with the stations of homegrown local radio. But here on YourLiveEvent.com, our next broadcast comes up on Monday. The Aitkin Gobblers volleyball team takes on Hinckley Finlayson. That'll be Parents' Night. We'll get you pregame coverage, and that will be starting with the JV match, which is scheduled for 6, pre-match coverage for the varsity match, starting about 6:55. But they'll have Parents' Night festivities leading up to between the JV into the varsity match as well. Wrapping things up here from Veterans Field here tonight, Mora defeats the Aitkin Gobblers 41-20. A big thank you to Mora High School and for those that have tuned in tonight for allowing us to broadcast this game, as well as the Aitkin High School and Aitkin Public Schools Superintendent Dan Stifter, Activities Director, that being Jason Klein, and even, of course, Dean of Students, Jim Hendrickson, head coach Alan Hills, and for my color commentator, Lance Bauman, for joining us. Linfield Hines on the camera, as always, and I am Paul Vold, bringing you Aitkin Gobbler sports throughout the season. Again, all Aitkin home contests will have coverage on right here with YourLiveEvent.com, but be sure to also stay up to date with sports scores, schedules, and more at rjbroadcasting.com. Until next time, this is Paul Vold signing off from Veterans Field. You have a wonderful rest of your Friday nights, and we will talk to you next time. Good night, everybody.
Thank you.